already pressed record. And with that, we are live. God damn it. Welcome
This is
back.
why we could never have Danny on.
Never. Jesus, man. Welcome back to an episode of Lunch with Debates. I'm my co-host Dibo, with my other two co-hosts Matt and Owen.
And
What
our
is up?
esteemed guests. How glad I am that they joined.
That's right.
Danny, aka Wayne, on here with us for today's episode, and alongside him we got Tyler, aka Mr. 70 Tyler. Hey, say hi to the audience.
Um, the introduction is self-explanatory for me. I don't got to say much more than that, to be honest.
There you go.
We're gonna talk about that game later on as we go with this episode. So, hey, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. But shoot, how's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
I'm better now that you don't got them fake AirPods in from Timo, being honest.
Well, nah, hey, you gotta work with whatever you got, man. You gotta work with whatever you have. So, I mean, I don't got the money to get AirPods right now, that the real ones. So, I just went on Amazon one day, looked at this.
Are you about the $2 ones from Sheen, bro? Come on, you're better than that.
Yeah, so I went on Amazon one day. I was on a tight budget. So like, hey man, we gonna get these AirPods.
How much did you spend on those?
$25.
Oh, do you have a picture?
A picture? I'll show you the case right now if I can get it. Yeah.
That's foul.
Case right here. This is what it looks.
Oh my
That
god.
thing look like a boiled egg, boy.
Oh my goodness.
This is the case. This is the case. It looked like inside too. So
Bro got them
let us see it. Let us see
Samsung
the
Galaxy Buds.
Not bad.
I mean, like they kind of look like AirPods, with like not like at like near glance, like close by, but from a distance. I mean, you can't tell the
Yeah,
difference.
if you walk fast enough, then if you walk as fast as Tyreek Hill, you might be able to get away with it, man.
As fast as Tyreek Hill, man. Hey, but hey, these still work. These are functioning, and for the time being, these are my headphones. So, yeah. But
Respect.
yeah. With that being out the way, I want to talk about last weekend in fantasy. Matt hold this L. 3-0, way better than 2-1. Salute to Mike Evans. In the previous episode, I said Mike Evans was not a Hall of Famer. Last night, that garbage time drive to get him a touchdown to help me win my matchup against Matt. Hey, that single-handedly changed my mind. So to Mike Evans, I can't thank you enough. You're a Hall of Famer, brother. First ballot. Canton on the way. Canton is on the way, man. They already got the headpiece making it for you right now. So, hey, salute to you.
I'll give it to Mike Evans. Throughout the night, it was like the score when we started Monday Night Football. I think I was down by like 20. Do you remember? I think it was like
24 points. Yeah, exactly.
I was down 24 points. I had AJ Brown and Jake Elliott, and he had Mike Evans. And like throughout the night, like I'm getting closer and closer and closer. And I knew AJ Brown was gonna have a big night because he complained on Thursday Night Football against the Vikings. So I knew that they were gonna force feed him. So I knew I had some chance.
Mm-hmm.
And they were force feeding him, and like the score got close. Like I cut it down to 9 points, and then I drive over. I fill up to a gas station, fill up my tank, drive back home during halftime, and like I miss a little bit, and I come back and I see like, oh, I'm up by 1 point, and like I'm following it throughout the night, and then Mike Evans has a great snag, low key for the TD. It was a pretty good catch. I can't lie.
Nah, that was crazy.
But unfortunate loss. Unfortunate loss. I'll hold the contingency that Saquon wasn't there.
I didn't have
I'll
Aaron
keep
Jones.
saying that
I
until
didn't
I,
have Aaron
until I
Jones.
die.
I didn't have Aaron Jones, and I started Joshua Kelly on my team.
But you had Zach Moss. Zach Moss had a big game.
I started
Do
Joshua
you think
Kelly.
Zach Moss is doing that?
I started Joshua
in
Kelly
January?
on my bro. I started Joshua Kelly on my fantasy team this week, and I still beat you. Take the L like a man. Please take the L like a man. I promise.
Because CeeDee Lamb barely had more points than Joshua Kelly.
I don't care. Hunter Henry and Joshua Kelly, they had
Hunter Henry like that.
combined. They had 5 points combined that matchup that weekend, and I still beat you.
Hunter Henry's not like that though.
Take the L like a man.
That's
Take
consistent
like
output from Hunter Henry.
This is what a sore loser sounds like.
If you want Jake Ferguson, you can trade for him. I know he's better than Hunter Henry.
I don't. This is what a sore loser sounds like, everybody. This is what a sore loser.
Hey, I'm just being honest.
Keep in mind.
You could talk about Joshua Kelly, but I'm losing a 20. I mean, Saquon had like 28 points last week or something.
Bro, first of all, he was playing against the Niners on a Thursday night, already banged up as it is. Like he wasn't.
They're gonna force feed him. It's okay.
They weren't gonna do it, but he wasn't gonna do anything. I promise you that. He was gonna do nothing. And then second, I started Joshua Kelly on my fantasy team, and I still beat you. I mean, I had like 2 points. His actual stats were like 12 yards on 11 carries, and I still beat you. Take that like a man, bro. Come on.
How bad is your depth that you have to start Joshua Kelly?
How bad is your team that you lost to a team that had the
injuries? But moving on this week, I'm 2-1. Like Dibo said, not a great record. I played Danny. Danny, his team isn't great this year, but Danny is always good competition. Danny's always good competition. It's always a hard battle. He makes some good trade today. He kind of
I made a pretty decent trade to put us in a good
finessed.
position.
I think he finessed that game.
It sucks because I had to trade away my summer signing, my marquee guy that I was hyping up all summer.
Yeah, you had some good offers on the table for me for him.
It hurt today. You didn't even send one in.
For Rashee Rice? Or Rashee White?
Yeah, you never sent one.
That's not true. I offered ETN.
Not for him. For Stevenson. Say swear to God.
Well, for both.
Regardless, it hurt today having to trade him, but we ended up getting a criminal on our team, and we're very proud of that. So,
yikes!
Very excited for what he's going to do on Sunday.
Who did you get? Remind me.
Kamara.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good ass trade. That's a good ass trade.
Had to do it.
And DJ Moore, you gave up DJ Moore too, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna drop him. So.
And then Dibo, what happened for you? Because I know you were part of the trade.
I got Dibo in return. Dibo Samuel.
And you gave up who?
I gave up Mike Evans and Aaron Jones.
Ooh. Both of them. You don't think Aaron Jones is like that?
Hopefully Zach Moss will be my RB2 for the rest of the year. So we'll see how that plays out.
See, I have to pray against the other way because I have Jonathan Taylor in one of my other leagues.
I have Jonathan Taylor in this league, so I need it to not happen.
Yeah. Other than that, my other running backs right now are Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren, along with David Montgomery. So, hey, one of them could possibly be the starter soon. So. Hey man, Jalen Warren gonna get that starting job.
I think he has to be the RB1. I think he's outperforming Najee, and it's not even close.
Yeah, it'll just come. It'll just come in time. It'll come in time. But hey, let's get on to the actual episode.
Nice.
Shall we?
I think we shall.
All right. As with every other week so far this season, and hopefully the upcoming weeks to the rest of this NFL season as well, we are going to do our winners and losers for this past week 4. A lot of options here, especially in the loser category. There are a lot of losers over this past week. So with that being said, hey, Matt, you trying to go first?
No, I think one of the guests has to go first, personally.
Me personally, I think.
Yeah, Tyler, go first, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I think I'll go first. Winners of this week, self-explanatory. 70 points, historic record. The Miami Dolphins, without a doubt. Some people in this podcast, we're not going to say names. They said the Dolphins were going to lose. That score says otherwise.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Or Daniel said that. So yeah,
It was.
he said it was his gut feeling.
I said that I had a feel. I didn't think that a team. Well, I thought that the Dolphins could obviously win, but like I didn't think that they would win that bad or that good. But
Nobody thought that. Nobody thought that.
nobody could have ever suspected that. I just thought, I was like, man, Sean Payton gonna kill them boys if they go 0-3. So they gotta try everything they can to not lose. And I was mistaken.
No, I thought that the Broncos would put up a good fight, like Danny. I thought that they might be better. That's why I didn't like. I didn't like the spread for the game, but I thought like if you're betting, put money line on Dolphins. But they were flat out dominant. I did not expect it to be that bad. I think that the Dolphins will lead the league in scoring this year.
Yeah, they should after playing.
That's not crazy. Yeah.
Crazy statement to say at all.
That should be like you got to finish like top 3 minimum scoring wise. So yeah, they should be near that category.
Yeah.
Right, Matt, you want to go next?
I didn't even get to say my losers.
No,
We go all winners.
We're gonna do all around. Then we'll go to we'll get to our losers.
I had a big winner this week. I was happy when Danny shouted them out in the group chat earlier, but the Arizona Cardinals were winners to me.
Oh, 100%.
For them to beat the Cowboys, who look like one of the biggest Super Bowl favorites through the first 2 weeks, with that dominant defense. For them, to basically lead the whole way of the game and not blow the lead like they had in the other 2 games. But the other 2 games, they've been fighting. Like I mentioned, they had the lead in the first half for both of those games before the Commanders and Giants came back. So, like, I've been really impressed with how they're fighting. I know that they have Joshua Dobbs at quarterback, but he's balling out. Like, they're in games and they're leading in games majority of the time. So they look like a good team, and he looks like he's establishing a winning culture in those locker rooms.
Shout out Jonathan Gannon. He beat the idiot allegations.
He did.
I honestly can't believe it. I really can't believe it. You know, the Cardinals Sunday against the Cowboys, they just play with the fire in their gut, man. They're this defense. I had to make that joke. I'm sorry, but
not funny. Didn't laugh, Dibo. Honestly,
but as I was saying, this Cardinals defense, they've been playing way above expectations so far, and I give my props to Gainer for that. So hey, salute to the Cardinals.
Yeah, man. Playing well, dude.
Apparently, Kyler Murray can come back this year. It's a possibility. So I didn't believe it, but hey, man.
Yeah, whether or not that actually happens, we'll see.
Unfortunately, they won't be winning the Caleb Williams sweepstakes.
That's what I was gonna say. They're winners for like actually, like winning the football game and everything, but they're losers for not getting Caleb Williams.
Yeah. I mean, but like at the same time, though, one, they already have a borderline elite quarterback in Kyler, so they already got the star QB. And 2, hey man, at least you're building a team culture. With the negatives of tanking, right? Once you start snowballing all these losses up, team morale obviously goes down, and that really matters in the NFL because these players are fighting constantly for their starting spots. They're constantly fighting for to get consistent money coming in. So these teams they don't like to tank. They don't want to tank. Whether it's the coaches or the players. And over the years, we've seen that before. Like, remember when the Dolphins, back in 2019, when like the tank for Tua thing was going on? Yeah, like a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, this team's gonna take throughout the whole year," but no, they won like what 4 or 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
That counts as tanking, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
No.
That kind of counts as tanking.
And if Danny's
I say 3-4 is tanking.
No. If Danny's a fan of the Browns, a team that went 0-16 back-to-back years, he should know what tanking is.
Yo, which team allowed the other team to score 70 points on them the past week?
Why is this relevant? I'm talking about
It is relevant. No, it is relevant.
I guess that is relevant.
You shut up, bro. You do not got to talk about any other team. Don't say that.
My team's been trash for the past 7 years, and I will fully accept it.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
True. But we'll see Caleb Williams courtside watching Zach LaVine probably. If I had to guess.
Nah, he's gonna pull an Eli Manning. He's not playing for the Bears.
He's not playing for no Cardinals either. His dad literally came out, said he not playing for no Cardinals.
Yeah,
He should. He should.
Caleb Williams'
Vikings
dad,
should
right?
trade Kirk for some talent and tank.
Caleb Williams' dad, is he black?
I think he is.
Yeah, he is. He darker than you, Danny.
Danny. That was a good reaction.
What we need to do is, you can't trust what's his dad in his life? Just question.
Oh no.
That don't. We're not, bro. We're gonna move on. We're not, bro. Come on.
My fault.
Hello.
I mean, it's a valid question.
Is
Yes,
there an
he
argument
was.
that Minnesota? I know Kirk Cousins has balled out this year. Like Kirk Cousins has played very good games this year. But is there an argument for Minnesota to try to cash in on his value? If there's a team that thinks because there's no substance to this, there's no sources. But I'm just thinking could you convince them to get Caleb Williams? Because that team would be nice with Caleb Williams, I think.
The Vikings?
Yeah.
You can.
I doubt it.
And then use Kirk Cousins, the assets in the Kirk Cousins trade to booster the defense.
The thing is, what are people going to give up for a 35-year-old that's on the last year of his deal?
You saw what the Colts did what the Saints did with Derek Carr.
They didn't.
I mean, teams are willing to give up
any
a ton of
assets.
money.
They
They'll
got him
probably
in
do
free
the same
agency.
thing with
Yeah,
assets.
they did. The Raiders let him go for free.
Well, the Raiders let him go, but the Saints gave him a massive
They
payday.
did. No,
But I'm talking about assets. I don't care about contract. I mean, what
Yeah.
team's going to give up substantial assets before the trade deadline to get Kirk Cousins when they know that they can
Yeah.
get him next year for just money?
like an aging quarterback who is borderline top 10. So he's not really gonna change. He's really not gonna move the needle of a team, most likely.
If
The
he
Jets,
traded,
the Jets, if they're that desperate.
bro, I've been seeing that, and that's so dumb. They're not going to trade for a quarterback midway through
No,
the
they're not.
season.
They already spent too much on Rodgers.
No, but
Oh,
no,
Kaepernick,
from a fundamental standpoint, it's impossible because Kirk Cousins obviously never played with Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator. So in football, offensively, you gotta speed up.
You got to learn the playbook.
You gotta learn the playbook immediately. So
Mhm.
mid-season, you don't got a lot of time, and that's especially with the team that's their roster is playoff bound or should be, but
And I know Jets fans are mad about it, but you got to think about it. What other choice do they really have?
They should sign somebody.
They
should
That's
sign
not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything.
Matt,
I think
who do you think the Jets should get then?
I personally like the Nick Foles.
He wants
what people are
Kaepernick
saying.
on
Nick
that.
Foles never played in a Nathaniel Hackett scheme.
I think that he could be a game manager, which is what they need, and he could just distribute the ball.
Bro,
I
Nick
think
Foles
that's
hasn't been in the
more what it
NFL
is.
since we were in high school, bro. He hasn't been in since Trump was president, dog. It's been a while since Nick Foles is in the NFL.
No, but at least it's been a while since he was an actual.
He was on the Colts last year. He got when Derwin James headshot him.
That was
No,
Nick Foles.
bro. No, he came on Thibodeau was he was doing snowfalls.
That was Nick
snow
Foles?
on the ground. Yeah, that was him.
Oh, that was. You're right.
Thibodeau was doing snow angels next to his dead corpse, mid game.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's probably so. He can't even play probably.
Nick Foles isn't gonna do anything. He's not better than Zach Wilson currently.
No,
Did you
no,
say
no.
Phillip Rivers?
Zach Wilson is horrible, bro. I don't know.
also-
I understand they want to keep him and let him learn from Rodgers, dude. I don't what is he going to turn into that you think you could be happy about at the end of the day?
Oh, nothing.
McDonald's
It's just they
employee.
have no other choice. I don't get what people don't understand. Zach Wilson is not good, yes. The Jets have no other choice. You cannot bring in a quarterback right now. It's too late. It's
No,
too
it's
late
not.
to bring in a quarterback.
Okay, but what's the
Yes, it
difference?
is.
You're not going to win a game with Zach Wilson, though.
Well,
What's
you'll
What's the
win.
difference? You might as well try
Okay,
something.
but no. Okay, but at least at the same time, blame Joe Douglas in the Jets front office for not getting an adequate backup QB.
Oh yeah,
At least with
100%.
Joe Flacco.
100%.
Their plan was
It's their
to
fault that
keep
they're in this
Wilson for
scenario.
a few years and then have Rodgers kind of take over and then let Wilson develop. But for some reason, they didn't understand that maybe Aaron Rodgers would get hurt, and then we'd have to throw Zach Wilson in and play. Maybe we should get a backup quarterback. They didn't think that. That's organizational malpractice. It's
Like
not a
like
good.
like a damn near 40-year-old quarterback who has already shown like signs of slowing down athletically, like who's had previous injuries with his legs and stuff in that manner, and you didn't get an adequate backup QB, you didn't get like a contingency plan. That's on you. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, but that
I
doesn't
agree.
mean they can't still try to get a quarterback. Like,
Yeah. That's
you're
what
already at such a low point. What's the worst that can happen?
They got Trevor Simeon, bro. It is what it is. Like Tim Boyle, they
did. That was I hated
promoted
that
Tim
segment.
Boyle as a like backup QB. Tim Boyle played in the thing. He played in the David Hackett offense. They were together in Green Bay. So that's it. That's what. Hey, there's not a lot of options you can do here. So
I'm just saying though, we saw them beat the Bills with Zach Wilson playing. We saw them basically kind of close with the Cowboys until the very end. I know, like maybe, and then we saw them play the Patriots super close, and that's with Zach Wilson. So you can make an argument like if they can find a better quarterback, like maybe they could be competing for wild card, and maybe you could get your young team a wild card experience game. I'm just saying because they do have one of the better rosters around a quarterback.
Hey man, maybe Trevor Simeon, that guy. Who knows? That's the best they could do. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
They really can't do anything else.
Hey man, New York. Hey New York, another losing season coming.
New York, stand down.
Stand down, please do.
Stand down.
All right, we gotta move on though. Owen, who's your winner this week?
My winner, sticking with the theme of New York, is going to be the Buffalo Bills. It's a under the radar beatdown that was overshadowed by a 70-point Dolphin game. But 37-3, that's a good old fashioned ass whooping.
Hey, Bills
good
K,
bounce back to see.
We finna whoop them next week.
Oh God, I got the Dolphins next week, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Get back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but overall summary is that the Bills are looking more like what we know them as.
I tried to play Josh Allen like a fool. I tried to play him like he ass. I told y'all Josh Allen MVP season on the way. Y'all call me an idiot. Y'all call me a dumbass.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'm sorry.
You'll catch me week 10.
Beating up the Raiders and the Commanders don't really move me, bro. I'm sorry.
We'll catch him week 10. We'll see him week 10.
Right, man.
And we'll see where this is at in week 10.
Hey. All right. Danny, your turn.
My winner is on the defensive side of the ball. And no, it's not how you think. I'm going to say the Cincinnati Bengals defense is my winners. They legit won.
Hey, but you could have said Browns defense. Honestly, I really, they play.
I was going to, but like I didn't want to be that guy who like only talks about,
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
And the Titans offense. No offense, the Titans offense is horrible. So like,
Titans offense is pretty bad. But hey, you know what? The Bengals defense look really good. That Rams offense isn't that good either, but they look like really good last night from a pass rush perspective. The Rams didn't run the ball because they couldn't run the ball. The Bengals
Kyron Williams was inefficient to say the least.
It was ridiculous. The Bengals shut down everything that the Rams tried to do. I think they were until like the goal line situation with like a minute left in the game, they were like 0 for 10 or 0 for 11 on third down.
Yeah, they were really poor.
That's insane. So I would be the guy to talk only about the Browns, but I'm not gonna do that right now. We'll get into them a little bit later, maybe.
Hey man, Lou Anarumo, one of the best defensive minds in the entire league right now. I love that Bengals defense a lot.
I agree with that statement.
100%. I have the stats in front of me. 6 sacks, as Danny mentioned, and that might be generous towards the Rams and how much Matthew Stafford was on the ground last night. 7 tackles for loss, 2 key turnovers, like timely turnovers. They came out big. So I thought that the Bengals defense was big winners. I thought that they were kind of the catalyst for the comeback. Midway through like the third quarter, like the Bengals just kept on punting it, and finally, like, and throughout that entire time, the Rams couldn't score. Like they drive down the field and they have to kick a field goal in the red zone, or they just wouldn't even put points up on the board. But the defense let the offense kind of figure out the game. But yeah, that offense is still sketchy to me.
Oh yeah, Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. Hey, it's time, buddy. Clock's ticking. Hurry it up a little bit, dumbass.
Meow.
No, that's for Herbert.
What? Nah, Herbert's open, bro.
Herbert's insane.
That's
but
the untrained. That's the untrained.
no,
eye.
Herbert's better than Burrow. Herbert's top 3, but
No, he's not better than Burrow.
no, that's the untrained eye. That is the untrained eye.
the untrained.
How is Herbert better?
Matt,
No,
I'm gonna
that's
have to,
crazy.
Communist media,
Matt,
everyone.
I'm
Herbert
gonna
is
I'm gonna
not
have to
better
agree
than
with
Joe
that.
Burrow. What
Communist
are we
media.
on?
It's
Well, the top
communist
three right
media,
now.
everyone.
The top 3 right now is Mahomes, Burrow, and Allen. That's it.
Whoa.
No,
I
Tyler.
was not in there.
I know you're not about to say Tua.
No, stop putting Tua in those combos. Tua is
First of
not.
all, Tua.
What the hell is a polar bear
Let's-
doing in Arlington, Texas, bro? Like, come on, man. That's what happened if we put Tua in top 3, man.
No.
Hey, who cooked who week 1? Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I
Nah. Are you gonna act like Herbert didn't cook your
Herbert had
defense?
a great game too. I mean,
Okay.
Was that not a
Tua,
2-point game?
Tua did outplay Herbert that week 1. I'll give him that. But at the same time, Herbert was battling out with them too the whole game. Well, until that those last few minutes, that
And he don't have Tyreek Hill.
Fangio dialed
Hey,
in.
fun fact: Justin Herbert had more yak than Tua, so you can't really say that Tua got carried by Tyreek Hill.
But he doesn't have a deep threat like Tua
What?
or like Tyreek.
You said deep threat?
Deep threat like Tyreek.
Oh, I thought you said deep throat. My fault.
Oh wow!
Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, my turn. All right. With my winner, I'm going with rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud from the Houston Texans.
Yes.
And he was cooking against that Jacksonville defense, man. One of the biggest upsets of this past Sunday. Stats right now: threw for 280 yards with 2 TDs, 0 picks. He is also the first QB in history with over 900 passing yards, 4 TDs, along with 0 picks in his first 3 career starts. And keep in mind, no run game at all. O-line completely banged up. They were missing Laremy Tunsil against that Jaguars game as well. And so for him to ball like this already, for him to have such great processing of the field, him throwing it with anticipation, great pocket presence too. Him and Tank Dell, they're cooking. Tank Dell spot him, got him. Those two are like, hey, salute to him. I like him a lot too. He was cooking the Jaguar secondary. So there are a lot of great things to say about Stroud and this Texans passing offense.
You forgot the best thing about Stroud, Dibo.
What?
That celebration. That shit is hard, bro.
Right? Yeah, do it. I don't know how to do it, but I'm gonna
Do it,
figure it out.
Tyler. I think Tyler, you can do it.
I'm
You
not
see this Stroud celebration,
for you guys.
huh?
I'm not performing like a little monkey for you guys.
Do the celebration, bro.
Oh.
I mean,
Is that communist?
I can't really do it
podcast?
either, but it's a good celebration. It's a good celebration.
Yeah.
They called him. They tried to say that CJ Stroud was going to be a bust because he went to Ohio State and he got an 18 on that test. Listen up, he's a football player, not a test taker. Okay, it's not his job.
Hey, that first part was why I went against Justin Fields though.
Because he went to Ohio
And Dwayne
State.
Haskins.
Because he went to one call. Oh.
No Ohio State quarterback. Name one great Ohio State quarterback.
Hey, man, don't mention Haskins like that. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Adam Schefter ass nigga.
Huh?
Nigga is legit Adam Schefter. Bro.
Adam Schefter, that's fucked up what you did, man. You and Adam Schefter did.
Bruh.
All the same.
Boy,
bruh.
instigating.
You could have said Terrell Pryor. You could have said JT Daniels. Like you could have said a lot of people.
I will say all of them. I'll include all of them in there. I'm just thinking about recent memories.
You said name a good Ohio State quarterback, Joe Burrow.
Nah, he counts as LSU. You know that for a fact.
Well,
I know that's their motto, but you know that counts as
technically he
LSU.
did play at Ohio State.
Oh, you want me to name a good Ohio State quarterback? All right, cool. Justin Fields.
Oh yeah, that boy, nice.
Yeah, that my agenda is down the drain. That man failed me, but we'll most likely talk about him in the rest of the Chicago Bears organization.
Oh,
Those rumors,
trust. I
those
think that everybody has them on their
Loser.
garbage, so garbage. But we'll talk about that pretty soon. But with that being said, we are going to move on to our losers of the week. And Tyler, do we want to start with you again?
Um,
The Denver Broncos.
pretty obvious. I got the Denver Broncos as the losers of the week.
This dude watched one game this weekend.
I mean, but at the same time,
At the same time, I'm
at the same
completely right though.
like like at the same time though, like bro, you can't ignore that. You can't ignore 70 points.
70 points, bro.
Like, you want to know?
Oh, yeah, I guess we don't want to know. I guess we don't want to know.
I guess
Oh,
we
No,
do.
while we're on the topic of that, can I give Mike McDaniels a shout out or a round of applause because they could have scored the most points
Yeah,
in
with
any
your
NFL
ass.
game, with 73, but he chose to take a knee instead
yeah, it's a
and not
class.
run up the
move.
score.
Pussy. That's pussy. I'm
That's
sorry.
No,
not-
that's
no,
class.
that's-
It's called
that's-
it's
that's
called
Pussy.
class.
That's
class.
so
Fuck
pussy.
that
That's
shit.
pussy. I'm sorry. That's
No.
pussy.
Fuck that shit.
I kicked the field goal, man. Bro, they were
Hail Mary formation. What the fuck?
bro.
Nah, take a knee. It's class. It's a classy move.
No, I would have kicked the field goal, bro. As a professional football team, this shit only happens in college, right? This was like in Alabama versus FCS East on NCAA football 14 type of
It's
sport.
that IMG Bishop Sycamore type shit.
Yeah,
And this Colorado versus Oregon.
man. Hey, we going. Hey, Colorado gonna bounce back versus USC. I promise. No, they're not. Caleb
No,
Williams gonna
I was about to say, I was like, how are they going to bounce back against a team that's better?
yeah, Caleb Williams dropping 60 on that defense. It's so
At
over.
least.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, like that was a video game type score, right? And if you're Sean Payton and that whole coaching staff, well, one, like they should honestly be fired. Like everybody there. The first person
No.
that should have been fired
No.
was Vance Joseph.
Vance Joseph, yes.
No, like he should have been gone. He shouldn't have been on the team playing. But for the entire coaching staff, right? How do you even rally the troops again to play throughout the whole season? Like how do you even do that?
I think you
I don't
tell
know.
them that we still have championship aspirations or at least playoff aspirations because that's probably what was echoed in the locker room before the season. And you reiterate that it's only 3 games into the season. There's an extended season that's 17 weeks long now. So I think that's what they have to say.
Yeah,
I think
but
at
it's
the end of
like-
the day, they're professionals. Hopefully they can bounce back and have a short-term memory. I think that's the optimistic view. I know that you can lose a locker room. Like I think what we're kind of seeing with the Giants right now. But yeah,
Yeah, but how many times can you just be like, because like that's basically like, oh, it is what it is. We'll get back next game. How many times can you say that before you just need to be like, all right, what's going on, dude? Like, what is happening? Like this is bad.
facts.
I don't know, man. Owen, do you want to give your thoughts on Sunday's game as a Broncos fan, as a fellow Colorado native?
It sucked. I don't think there's anything else to say.
I need more emotion from you. I need more. I need more. I need.
Oh, it was
We
funny.
want more.
No,
We need more.
I don't know, dude. That was a depressing game. That's kind of what my tone's like right now.
You know what?
So
I think
I don't know.
the best. My fault.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I think the best part about this is that the Broncos like social media pages still haven't posted like the final score or anything like
What
that.
is that?
No,
Is
they
that
haven't
just
posted.
to, like let it slide, like it didn't happen or something.
I don't think they posted like anything.
I don't think they have posted anything.
They said happy birthday to Nick Hendricks.
Yeah.
9 years ago. So
Like
that
3
was
hours
all
ago?
they posted. Yeah, it was exactly 9 hours ago.
Look at the comments. I bet that there has to be something in there.
How old is he today? 70. That's
Yeah,
foul.
the first comment I've seen was a gif of the Dolphins celebrating. You know, that one gif like with them and like in like a line, like doing like the line dance. They lose that gif. I thought the Broncos admin died for a minute. Nobody on the defense has a birthday this year.
Bro said I missed last game. What was the final score? You never posted anything.
This isn't an apology post.
This isn't an apology post. They got to do what the Suns did after Luka gave them the dick. When the whole organization dropped an apology video or apology like letter or whatever to the fans.
The only thing I want to see here is Vance Joseph get fired.
I think a Bears win would be
No way.
hilarious.
No way somebody posted the suicide prevention hotline. That's crazy.
No.
Damn.
No.
Oh no, that's foul, bro.
That's
Kind of messed.
that's
foul.
very messed up.
Yeah, not funny at all, guys. Please.
Nah. Wow. This is not the Vance Joseph fired post. Damn.
Yeah, Vance Joseph, I agree, should be gone. I think Sean Payton has done what you wanted with the offense to an extent.
At the same time,
Well,
like I know, like as the head coach,
He is a head coach, though.
I don't care that he's only an offensive-minded head coach. You only pays attention towards offense. Like, bro, you're supposed to rally the troops first of all, and two, you brought in Vance Joseph too to be a part of your coaching staff. That's on you.
That's the
Why they
crazy
fired
thing for
Evero.
me.
I never understood why they fired Evero.
Yeah, no, the crazy thing is that we just brought back Vance Joseph for that.
Yeah, from
Like that
4 years
that's
ago.
what blows my mind. Oh,
But that's what they wanted to do with Vic Fangio.
yeah, and then
Yeah, they were trying to get at Fangio. A lot of teams are trying to get at Fangio.
Bro was trying to take advantage of that
Understandably so.
humidity down south.
I respect it.
Man,
Should have
bro,
got Brian Flores.
That's better.
Man, we should have had Andrew on here.
Oh,
So fucking
nah,
sick.
Andrew would be
It's
going
the
through it.
Broncos, nigga. Oh my god, the fucking Broncos, nigga. The Broncos, nigga.
This is an inside joke as well. But yo, that bro,
Fuck the Broncos, nigga. I'm never betting on this team again. Fuck the Broncos.
and then next week he bet me. Bro,
Next week,
like
you take a money line Broncos.
he takes the screenshot of like the draft
Yeah, y'all rocking with it?
the 5-leg parlay. You just, yo, bro, hey, is this gonna hit every single week? Nothing
Every week, you'll hit us all up in the chat on some. Yo, is the Browns winning or the Broncos winning? I don't fucking know. How about you stop betting?
Stop betting on the bro. I don't mind people like betting, right? Like betting responsibly. I mean, hey, get your paper, right? But at the same time, like if you bet so many times on a team like the Broncos and you consistently lose, at some point you just gotta like cut your losses, man.
Fuck the Broncos, nigga.
Bro, I don't know how he hasn't learned the lesson.
Bro.
Like,
I learned my
and
lesson
for me,
5
like,
years ago.
like if I'm betting, like I understand like some people have this like sentiment like that you can't bet against your own team. Nah, fuck that. Like, how can you not, like, if I'm watching your game, I'm definitely gonna know if you're gonna win or not before I watch. Like, I would assume like my record predicting Knicks wins and losses is better than predicting the Lakers wins and losses. But like I bet it's vice versa for Danny.
Yeah, I'd be better at saying who the Lakers are gonna beat or who the Lakers are gonna win than who the Knicks are gonna beat and who the Knicks are
Exactly. So you should, if you're betting, you should use it to your advantage. You should not just be like throw money on your team blindly.
It's a conflict of interest.
I mean, but when your team's that ass, like at some point,
Yeah, you might as well make some free money.
Yeah.
That's what it is right now.
Yeah, man. Shoot, Owen, you're a loser.
You know, I was gonna say the Bears, but I think we already kind of ripped into them. Do we want to rip into them?
Nah, I don't think we've done that enough.
Okay, so there you go. My losers, the Chicago Bears, and specifically Justin Fields, bro. How do you not know how to pass the ball, dog?
To get blown out when Taylor Swift is in is in attendance is crazy.
Travis Kelce has to be the biggest winner.
Nah,
for the week.
I don't know about
I mean,
100%.
Ten-
His jersey
techni-
sales went up 400% alone.
Technically, is he gonna see? Is he gonna see like that money? I mean, actually, yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
of
he is.
You get commission.
that stuff. That's true.
Mm.
But I don't
Oh
know.
God, he could be like, let me take you to the Bahamas for that paycheck, for that bonus.
Who would y'all rather take though? Like looks wise, his ex or Taylor Swift?
Wow, who's his ex?
Yeah, low key.
What's the
But
question?
it's also Taylor Swift.
Dibo, you the type of guy to pay attention to his ex.
His ex?
Yeah, true.
Oh, he's on my team.
No, I saw
He's from my team.
I saw a picture of his ex. She's pretty cute.
Maya Benberry.
No, that's not it.
Oh, and you wouldn't like her. She's black.
Nah, she's light skinned.
Bro, what?
Nah, brown skin. Owen, look up. Damn.
Just put a picture. Just put a picture.
He's
on
acting like he doesn't have her profile already pulled up. And like,
Dibo, you know what her name is, bro.
You just say it, bro.
Kayla Nicole. I am Kayla Nicole.
How do you even spell that? Oh, I got it. Oh, I'll probably take her over Taylor Swift. The fuck?
Wow, that's surprising knowing your history, Owen.
What history?
I don't need to say anything.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Would you rather take Summer Rae or Ice Spice?
Summer Rae, 100%. That's
Yeah,
not even close.
Jesus Christ.
No, there's no way.
2023, guys. It was 2023.
This is crazy.
No,
bro.
if
Prime for
Sky
prime,
Bree
now
wasn't
we have
like
the
a porn
discussion.
star, if she wasn't a porn star and like been
What?
all over the internet, 100% Sky Bree.
What do you talk, bro?
Where did
No
Sky
way,
Bree
this
come
is the
from?
question?
What the
Where did Sky Bree come from?
Where do you what, bro? We talking.
Wait, what? Oh, he said Summer Rae. Oops.
Who is a
I don't know why I'm
freak
telling you.
Who
Yo,
is a freak
bro, we know who Matt was thinking about
Who
today.
is a
Oh,
freak
Summer Rae too,
boy?
though. I take Summer Rae too.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
100%.
so you
No, Summer Rae, 100%.
Danny, bro. Look, Danny, that's crazy.
I
That's
mean,
Bro,
crazy.
you don't want a Colorado native?
That's crazy. No, over
I
Ice.
mean-
No,
If you,
Damn, so y'all are only thinking about looks, huh? Damn.
yeah, I don't fucking know
Yeah,
them.
No, but
that's crazy. But yeah, going
100%
talk about the Bears.
yeah.
Dude, I think all I can really say is like, what the fuck is Justin Fields doing, dude?
What the fuck is Luke? What the fuck is Luke Getsy doing? What the fuck is Matt Eberflus doing? What the fuck is Ryan Poles doing? What the fuck is that entire Bears organization doing?
Fuck
I
is
can't
Alan
remember.
Williams doing?
Bro, I can't remember a time that the
What
Bears.
the fuck is, wait, no, say that again.
What
Who
the
was
fuck is
Ellen?
Alan Williams doing? What was he doing?
I mean-
what's going on with Alan Williams?
So we know the FBI didn't pull up to the Bears organization or his house.
Yeah, but I like the story where Peanut Tillman became an informant and snitched on him, and now he's.
No,
going to jail.
I heard something like he was doing something in the locker room or in the facility though. That's what they reported during the Chiefs game.
What was the source?
I can't remember. I can't remember what they said. Hold on, let me try to find it. But they were talking. It was reported during the Chiefs game, like on the sideline reporter. Was it Evan Washburn? No, it was a Fox game.
Yeah. Hey man, I can't.
Swear to God.
I don't know.
In the meantime, I want to point out a stat for you guys. Justin Fields has 2 less interceptions thrown in his career than touchdowns.
He has less.
That's almost. He has 2 less interceptions than touchdowns in his entire career. He has 27 touchdowns and 25 interceptions.
Damn.
That's almost all 1-to-1 ratio, dude.
Can I say another stat?
Yeah, go for it.
Justin Fields has never thrown for over 300 yards in his career in a single game.
And it's crazy because it's like through the seasons he's been in the league, it's like he's shown no progression.
He
Like, we
actually
know-
regressed.
Yeah, like we know he's a good runner. Like he should be playing running back, to be honest. But that's
Hey, that's kind of on the touchy subject.
It says,
Hey,
hold
it's
on.
not really a touchy subject, bro. Let's just get it. Let's just look. Justin Fields, you need to link up with Terrell Pryor. Y'all need to figure out what y'all can do, bro.
Hey,
Justin Fields getting 1,000 yards at wide receiver, I'll be there.
both Ohio State alumni too. They will get that connection going.
The Ohio State.
The Ohio State
The
University.
Ohio State.
But bro, it's so
The
over.
Colt University.
It's so over. But how many wins y'all think the Bears getting this year?
Maybe 1.
Nah, 2. Nah, more like I could see 3 or 4. Honestly,
That's a little high.
That's too damn high.
Nah, they beat
I mean, bro, they're a bad team.
That's
bro, they're
too
beating
damn
the
high.
Broncos next week, and then that's
I'll be
it.
there. I'll so be there, bro. If they beat the
No,
Broncos,
there's
I'll
no
so-
way if the
What if they
Broncos lose
tie
that
like
game, they have
0-0?
to blow it up.
I'm
Ties.
hoping they tie. I'm hoping they tie, bro. I'll
That'd
laugh.
be hilarious, bro.
Nah, it's like when one team just gets a safety, it's like 2-0. That's the game.
I will for sure be tuning into that game. I'll have like a separate screen on my
Bro,
monitor.
bro, it's like watching like the Houston Rockets play the Pistons, you know? Like as of like 2 years ago.
Man.
Hold on. This is the source from Ari. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't want to butcher his last name.
Melrinoff. I messed it up.
No, Merov. Meirov.
My sports update.
Yeah, my sports
Go
update.
to him. Hey, he better than Rappaport and Schefter.
This is from him.
I'm joking.
This is from him. Bears DC Alan Williams, who resigned this week, was involved in inappropriate behavior, but it was not criminal, per Adam Schefter. Chicago Bears HR was involved in the situation. That was it. That was what they reported. So I butchered it a little bit, but like that's what they said. They said it was mental health and that.
Got it. All right, man.
Appropriate but not criminal. See,
So it's something in the locker room. That's why I guess something in the locker room. And Bears HR was involved. And that was my guess. But we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, other than that, hey man, Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams,
So
match
bad.
made in heaven.
But
Probably not. They're gonna fuck up his career too. But hey, with that being said, Matt, your turn. You go next.
hold on. I wanted to say one more thing about the Bears. Coming into the season, I think a lot of people had some like not necessarily high expectations for the Bears, but there was a lot of buzz around them. A lot of people were looking to see like some kind of major improvement almost from the Bears, specifically from like Justin Fields and the additions of DJ Moore. They brought in some good linebackers like TJ Edwards and Jermaine Edmonds. Like so they made some offseason moves that kind of made you excited. And it seems like nothing has formulated for them. It seems like nothing has formulated for them. So
it's really bad.
Horrible organization, man. Yo, Ryan Poles, worst GM in the league.
I wouldn't even say that, bro.
I don't.
All of that cap, bro. All of that cap space and draft capital this past offseason, and you're probably the worst team in the entire league this year. You fucked up on the easiest you can do in recent memory.
The only saving grace for the Bears is that they're probably gonna have 2 top 5 picks next year, 2 top 10 picks at least. So it'd be kind of hard to fuck that up.
Who did the Texans trade with for the 3rd overall pick? Who was 3rd?
The Cardinals.
Oh, it was the Cardinals. You're right. How do they have 2 top 5 picks then?
Bears and Panthers.
Oh, you're right.
Number 1 pick. Yeah, come on, man.
No.
Being the worst team in the league for 2 years straight is crazy. I could never imagine a team getting the number 1 pick 2 straight years. I mean, that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
At least y'all got Myles Garrett.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
That's a compliment.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you were hating. I thought you were hating. I heard you wrong. My first instinct whenever Dibo says something is to get irritated. My apologies.
I like the Browns. They gave us a few years ago.
Brown.
Huh?
I like you too, Brown.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. Matt, you go next, please.
Hold on, let me pull the standings back up. Sorry, I was on Twitter from the thing trying to find out more.
He's looking up that stuff, Dibo.
Yeah, you looking up Sky Free League.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're
this
looking up Sky Bree leaked on Twitter right now, bro. I promise you. Freaky self.
but Dibo had the Texans and specifically CJ Stroud as a winner. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars as losers. Throughout the season, through the first 3 games, the Jaguars have now looked like themselves, in my opinion. This young, exciting offense that we were so excited to see has kind of not been what we expected. Like, I think that we were expecting them to be like high flying. I think there were a lot of predictions coming into the season, like that Trevor Lawrence was going to be a dark horse MVP, or that the Panthers were going to have the best record in the AFC. Like that was kind of a popular opinion at the time, not from anybody on this pod, but in the media world.
Those are some
And for
pretty
them to be
stupid.
1-2, losing against both divisional, or not losing against both divisional teams, but almost lost to Anthony Richardson week 1, lost to CJ Stroud week 3, and then didn't even put up double digit points against the Chiefs at home, which I think the Bears put up double digits on the road. So
They did get 10. It was
they did
garbage
get
time,
10.
but they did
So
get 10.
Can confirm they did
Technically.
do that.
so I think that the Jags are some big losers right now.
Yeah, for sure.
How the fuck do you let a fullback score off a kickoff return?
Yeah, yeah.
Special
That's
teams needs
horrible.
work.
The man bobbled the return too, and he still took it like 80 plus yards.
Dude, Brandon McManus had a horrible game for them. He missed like
Bro,
think he
their
missed-
special teams is absolute garbage, bro. Block
Yeah.
kick and everything.
yeah.
We saw this with the Jags last year when they got off to a slow start. So I mean, it's possible that it can happen, but
You aren't concerned, Danny?
they all know there's concern. There's a lot of concern. They don't look good. They don't look like they're in sync anywhere on the offense. They don't look like they know what to do. On the defense, they definitely don't look in sync and like they know what they're doing. And obviously, special teams has also been horrible. So to be that bad for the first 3 weeks on all 3 phases or on all 3 sides of the ball, it's just there's a lot of
Yo,
concern.
this offense, bro. This offense has too many weapons on it to
Yeah.
still have Jamal Agnew and Tim Jones both have significant snaps. Way too
Jamal
talented.
It's ridiculous.
Way too talented. Come on now. Like Ridley, Zay Jones, ETN, Tank Bigsby, Christian Kirk, that's more than enough. Evan Ingram too, like that's more than enough. Doug Peterson, like come on now.
Facts. No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like they have one of the most like all those pieces you named too are relatively young. They're all like pretty exciting gadget type players. So like you would expect them to be developing and progressing each season, not starting the same way as previous years when they were kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
All right. Danny,
the O-line needs some work though. I think the O-line needs some work.
I'd say so.
Danny, your turn.
My loser, and I want to make sure that we get this specified. Not because they are a bad team. They are still one of the better teams in the NFL. One of the top 5 teams in the NFL. My loser for this week.
Hello. Let us guess based off that.
Not sure.
Hold up. Even though they lost this week, the Cowboys.
It is the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so make sure when you if you make a reel out of this, so that way the Cowboys fans don't be on my ass. The Cowboys are still a very good team, but the Dallas Cowboys are my big losers for the week. You went to the desert as one of, if not the best team in the NFL. You left the desert looking fucking retarded the whole game.
Hey,
Whoa.
Looked really
Dibo,
bad.
you're gonna need to edit that out.
Smooth.
Do I have to change
Well,
it?
now we definitely can't make a reel out of it.
Yeah.
Do I have to change it?
Hey man.
Rewind. You entered the
Go ahead.
You entered the desert as one of the better teams in the NFL. You left the desert looking very, very bad. Is that better, Dibo? Is that better? But they didn't look good at all. I mean, they just let Josh Dobbs and James Conner do whatever they want, just run all over the field, do whatever. And the offense didn't get
Rondo Moore both had great games as well.
real. And I mean, and the offense just didn't get going. Dak, I mean, I've been a Dak defender this whole offseason, but when it was time for him to actually do something, he hasn't had to do anything for the first 2 games. when it came time for him to actually do something, put points up on the board, get his team a victory, he couldn't do it. And also they're losers because this isn't their fault, but they lost Trayvon Diggs for the remainder of the season. So to lose your number one corner, Gilmore has not looked good this year.
No.
I don't know what else they're gonna do. I don't think that they have Anthony Brown giving up a touchdown anymore. But they got to figure out something, man. It's not good. Dan Quinn, I fully believe in Dan Quinn, but shoot, they might got to play Micah Parsons at corner. Why not? Let's do it.
That's crazy. But yo, man, that red zone pick that cat late that was nasty.
It was bad.
I know, and I'm not a Dak hater. I still think Dak's like at worst the top 12 quarterback in the entire league, but that's what Dak does sometimes, man, especially in the clutch. There's poor decision making. It's what hinders him from being an even better quarterback than he already is, man. And for this offense, 1-5 in the red zone too. That red zone offense has been really poor to start off with their new OC. I believe Brian Schottenheimer, their new OC. I want to get his first name right, but him. It just hasn't been clicking really, and they have too many weapons. They have the quarterback play. They have a good enough quarterback, a good enough O line to not be this bad with their red zone efficiency.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is I was looking at this upcoming week. I know that this is a little off topic, but I think that almost all of these games are one possession games for next week. I think that there's a really good card. So I think we got some good football this upcoming week, which is always to be excited for.
I'm very happy about that. Makes me happy. Makes me smile.
Don't worry, all we'll get is CU Boulder coverage. It's fine.
For good reason. No one cares about CSU. Didn't y'all almost lose to Middle Tennessee? Didn't y'all almost lose to Middle Tennessee this past week?
Not almost. We beat them, but the deal is we got blown out by them last year, so we're in the right direction.
Whatever. Y'all still suck. Dion better. Coach
I'm
Prime
not
better.
saying he isn't.
I don't care. I don't care. Boulder on top, man. Skull Buffs. Skull Buffs. Skull Buffs.
The glazing is crazy.
It really is.
Whatever. Hey, man.
Shout out Coach Prime.
Shout out Coach Prime. Shout out Travis Hunter. I saw that text.
They should let him play. They should let him play.
Nah, bro, that man gonna be cooked.
Don't like some people only have one liver? Oh, that's kidneys.
That's kidneys.
That's kidneys. You do need both of your livers.
That's an all-time quote right there.
You do need both of your livers. That's on me.
There's only one liver.
Yeah, man. But to wrap up this segment, my loser is Josh McDaniels.
The Raiders were close to being one of my losers.
Horrible head coach, man. I can't stand that guy. Sunday Night Football. I don't know why Mark Davis won't pull the trigger, but Sunday Night Football late in the game. 2:22 left, fourth down in their own red zone. Well, in the red zone, and the Raiders decided to kick a field goal in an 8-point game with limited time left on the clock. They decided to kick a field goal in an 8-point game where they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Completely horrendous game management by McDaniels there. That's so bad, man. Well, what does he do? What in a are there any positives with what McDaniel does as a head coach for this team? He's a bad game manager. Their offense stinks. Their run game has been atrocious, dead last ranked in the entire league. Passing's been better, but still, it's about average. There's not a lot of positives with this Raiders team.
Nah, he needs to go back to being OC in New England. It's meant to be his job.
That's always going to be his.
Oh, that man should not be coaching in the NFL. I'm sorry.
No.
He's the OC in New England.
No, Even no
Bro,
defensive.
Mac
good.
Jones
It
had
was
his
decent
best
offense.
years under him.
Year.
Patriots fans,
Year.
like their fan base, they hate him. They hated McDaniels even when they had Brady and more weapons. They hated McDaniels. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that offense is putting on more than like 15 points a week.
It's horrible.
Whose fault is that? That's the pass front office. I don't know what. I don't know. Bill O'Brien, Mac Jones, they're trying to do whatever they can. Like when you have Kenny Bourne, Juju, Kayshawn Boot, Devontae Parker, Bo Douglas as your wide receiving core. But what can you do?
Pray.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl with the
You said
similar receiving core just with Travis
that's
Kelsey.
well,
Oh yeah,
Travis,
he only had Travis Kelsey.
Travis
Only had-
Kelsey and then Juju Smith Schuster before his knee was about to explode.
they're just like some average players, Tino.
They're not even.
Yeah,
average.
no, I agree. It was more of a
Average borderline
sarcastic comment.
trash. I'm sorry. That pass offense does not move me. Like minus Stevenson and Jones, like that offense doesn't move me.
Are they 1-2?
They are
Yeah.
1-2. Yeah.
Shit's sad, man.
Hey
Who
man,
did they play this week? Oh, Cowboys.
Jesus
Damn,
Christ,
cool.
1-3.
America's of the week.
That's
1-3.
America's game of the week.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's on Fox at 2:25, and it's the Cowboys at home.
No.
So I assume.
We will be doing homework during that game.
Though, I'm so sick of these
Happens.
games.
We will, but it'll be on in the background.
Nah,
I'm not
Yeah.
watching that. I'm
I'll
sorry.
watch it. I don't know why I'm saying I'm not. I'll watch it. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll at least put on Red Zone. At least, just as like background noise. But let's move on to our next segment. Matt, do you want to start us off?
Bet. So we wanted to do something special because we had some guests on the episode. So we are doing
Now
our
we
top
have
10
one
teams in the
guest.
league.
Stop making that face.
What? What face?
He's not talking to you.
keep
I
going.
can't be happy, nigga. I
Oh.
was heard that there was gonna be a surprise, and then I can't get happy.
Keep going, Matt. Come on, continue.
This is why they make fun
but-
of you in the comments, Dibo.
We'll be ranking our teams.
It's just
10
the
and
internet
1.
at the end of the day.
Top 10 teams in the league as of right now, today, not what we think will happen at the end of the year, but as of today.
Shit.
You worded that so poorly. I'm sorry.
How would you word it?
Like,
Top 10 teams in the NFL right now.
early
Lovely.
That's all
early
you have
season
to say.
power rankings.
Lovely.
Yep.
Top 10 early season power rankings. That's it. But hey, continue. My fault, man. I'm sorry.
But who wants to get us started off?
I'll go first because I have an honorable mention.
Sweet.
Go ahead.
My honorable mention is actually the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They were my 11. They were my 11 as well.
The NFL's so fucking. Oh my god, the Steelers at 11 is so bad.
I want to see more of
Right.
Kenny Pickett because Kenny Pickett's played like 2 of the top defenses and 1 bottom defense. So I have no idea what he is yet.
I'll tell you what he is. Ass. That's what he is.
Him or Justin Fields.
You
my
telling me to pick between
No,
ass and ass?
I'll tell you what Justin Fields is too. Ass. That's
Dude, they really make
Nah,
a
one is
difference.
just like slightly garbage, and the other is trash.
slightly garbage.
Bro.
You're in Chapin for
It's the same
Florida.
thing.
Slightly garbage.
It's the same thing. What do you
Nah,
mean?
slightly garbage is definitely better than trash.
It's like Man United and Chelsea. That's exactly. I think that's the perfect.
Yeah, that's actually a really good
Kenny's
distinction.
Man United. Justin Fields is Chelsea.
Yes, correct.
They got their ass beat by Bayern too. That was nasty.
We won today.
Against
who? Oh,
3-0 against Crystal
that'll
Palace.
be Crystal Palace. Who cares?
We play them again this weekend too.
I don't
Redhead
care.
FC.
But yeah, do you want to say why you had the Steelers at 11?
The defense is legit, as always. Mike Tomlin is probably the best head coach in the NFL, at least top 2, top 3.
Mhm.
So, with all that being said, I can't get past the offense. If their offense was just like league average, they'd probably be in the top 5 actually. But
Yeah, Matt Canada not
I know what I call them: Matt Uzbekistan, Matt Ukraine,
The PR, Danny, I love it.
chill out, bro.
Matt Syria. Like I have a lot of names. He's not Matt Canada.
Chill out, bro.
Jalen Warren needs to be the RB1 there.
He
It's
has
time,
to.
it's time to take the keys from Najee. He's not like that.
Bro, they both suck.
Nah, Jalen Warren's noticeably better though.
No, I mean, whatever.
I would make the argument.
I mean, like Warren, like of course he has more pop. He has way more pop than Najee Harris. Way more acceleration. Can break off bigger plays than Harris. I mean, I don't
better
get.
vision.
That man. Oh,
He's not an every down back. That's the issue.
yeah,
He's not.
He's especially not an early down back.
no.
Neither is Najee, I'd argue, with how he runs.
Well, Najee can get you. Jalen Warren on an inside zone is getting you like 1. Najee's getting you 2. Najee's getting you 2. So
maybe 3 if he gets extra help, if he like pushes himself.
It's okay. That's why you take a 40-yard deep ball every first time.
personnel, yeah.
They'll drove 13%. 13%. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
But Owen, why don't you start us off with your number 10?
Oh, I thought we were going 1 to 10.
Wait, I thought Danny was about to give his number 10.
Oh yeah, I'll give my real number 10. My real number 10 is the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. I'm not mad that they made that.
Why is that? I think that they've improved drastically since the Week 1 upset against the Rams. Their passing game is back. It's not back, but it's a lot better. The defense is playing at a better level. I'd like to see a little bit more out of them, but I think they just have a very well-balanced team. And the defense, I think it will start to click under Steve Carroll. Steve Carroll under Pete Carroll.
You
Steve Carroll come together eventually under Pete Carroll. And I think that they have a pretty decent team. So I have to put them at 10 for the fact that their offense isn't fully there yet.
Run game game's been better too as well. Charbonnet and K9. So salute to that.
For sure.
No, I agree. Dibo, you want to go with your 10?
Yeah. At 10 for me, I have the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
Lovely. They made my number 10 as well.
They didn't make my list.
J Love, franchise QB on the way.
I agree. But they didn't make my 100%. List.
Hey man, for him, especially on offense, they were missing like five of their starters on offense. Like Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, Elton Jenkins, Aaron Jones, and for them to still pull off that comeback win, they came back from 17 points down to win 18-17. So, a salute to their offense. Matt LaFleur for being able to come back from that. Jordan Love, he had some shaky moments there. I'm pretty sure we've all seen the slip on that 4th down to the play that had them turn over on downs, but still he was still composed late in the game, made great throws. That back shoulder pass to I believe it was Romeo Doubs to win the game. That was a beautiful throw in the end zone. And I've been seeing a lot of positives from Love and this Packers offense, even without their big playmakers for most of the season so far with Aaron Jones and even Christian Watson. So there are a lot of positives about this Packers team. Defensively, they still have issues. Their run game, I still don't like. Joe Barry led defensive team. They're always gonna have those problems, but hey man, they've been solid so far. Very solid.
I don't want to get his name wrong, but is the wide receiver Javon Reed? That's his first name, right?
Jalen Reed.
Shout out to him. He had a crazy diving catch on that comeback trail, and he caught the 2-point conversion, which was not an easy play. So their young guys are stepping up big. we expected them to have some regression without Rodgers, but they almost look like they're playing better without him. So I think that's cause for celebration.
Wisconsin is happy. The cheese land.
Utah State stand up. Utah State stand up. Salute. Hey man.
Yeah,
All right,
no.
Owen, tell us
So
about your number 10.
it was between the Packers and the Seahawks for me, but I was going to have to go with the Seahawks. I don't know. I just think it's too early to call for the Packers. I still feel like that because of how young Jordan Love is and inexperienced. I don't know if I can be or hop fully on board with them. Whereas Geno Smith's obviously tried and true.
1 year. Tried and true. But it was last
He's
year.
been in the league for 10 years.
True.
He was pretty bad for
like,
that kind of.
Yeah, no, I know, I know that, but that doesn't make him not a veteran.
I mean, but at the same time, like if you give off that same logic, then Hurts, we say he's elite. He only had one elite year. T-Law, we say he's elite. He only had one great year. I mean, Tua, same thing.
Oh,
at the same time, like if you're already good right now, then you're already good right now. And Geno, I
he's
still
pretty
put
good.
him near that top 10 borderline elite level. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my logic behind why I got behind the Seahawks more than the Packers.
No, that's cool with me. Seahawks were on my short list. And then, as I mentioned, my number 10 was the Packers. Danny, who was your number 9?
My number 9 was the Detroit Lions.
As was mine.
Ball nowhere.
As was mine.
They're close. They're clicking. They're close, but they're not there yet. With time, they'll get there. The defense, it's good. They shut down the Atlanta Falcons' rushing attack, and I mean, a Pee Wee football team could shut down their passing attack. So it wasn't, that hard for them to do with the passing, but I was really impressed with they handled the run defense, specifically being that their run defense for like the past few years had been very bad. So they're close. They're getting there. They're looking better every week. They're looking like the Lions that everybody said that they would be coming into the season.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, the defense balled out, and they did that without probably, I'd argue, their best player in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And Jared Goff. Jared Goff looked really good this past week. And he's making a case. He's making a push for that top 10 rookie the way he's playing right now.
In there.
Close.
I might
home at least
put him in these convos. I might have to put him in those convos.
Yeah. Dibo, who's your number 9?
My number 9, I have the Cleveland Browns. Again, their defense, I put a lot of stock into them before the season started, and so far, so good. That D-line, absolutely nasty. We know Myles Garrett, he's a dog already, but adding these additional pieces as well, like it's Darius Smith and Dalvin Tomlinson, that would, and with the defensive coordinator now being Jim Schwartz, bro, that's taking that Browns defense to a whole nother level. Offensively, their run game has still been solid even without Nick Chubb. Jerome Ford, he's looking like an adequate replacement for him in his absence. Wide receiving core, they're a bit more explosive now with the addition of Elijah Moore, which that's good. O-line is still great. Shout out to Juwan Jones, rookie out of Ohio State. He's been a great addition as well, replacing Jack Conklin, who's out for the season. He's going to be their X factor for this offense if they want to be good in the running game and overall offensively. And lastly, Deshaun Watson. Hey, man, he was very solid. There was that one viral clip that came out, him throwing the ball backwards. Danny, I know the clip. I know the clip I'm talking about right now to you.
I was watching that game on Streamies. I was watching it on Streamies, and I took my phone after I saw that, and I just looked at it, and I turned it off after that play. I just turned it off, and I just took a walk around the house.
Yeah, but other than that, he had a very solid game. He had a very solid game. Made some beautiful throws as well throughout. So, If he progresses, makes great progression with his quarterbacking ability as the season goes on, I still have them as a dark horse contender to potentially win the Super Bowl this year, let alone make it.
There you go.
Weebs.
I had them a little bit higher. They're definitely on my list, so I agree with that. But Owen, who is your number 9?
This might it may or may not. We'll see. Come as a shocker because this team is below 500 right now, and it is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Fair.
But
There was some discussion before the episode about whether they should make the top 10. So you're not alone.
Yes, so they're 1 and 2. It looks trash, right? Don't get me wrong. But the Bengals, they just come off slow. It's just what happens, and especially with Joe Burrow fighting through injury. Now we've seen him that he can at least be comparable playing with a little bit of an injury, especially an injury like a calf strain that hinders mobility like crazy. But we know how good that defense has been. We know Jamar Chase. He's nice. I don't know what else to say about that. Joe Mixon's looks solid, but I expect them to be very good moving forward.
Yeah, with the Bengals, I know that we gotta kind of start moving forward. They have a very easy schedule. I want to pull it up so we can,
Nice.
be. You gotta cite your sources. Shout out or not cite your. You gotta have good information. So they got the Titans next week. Got the Cardinals the week after that. The Seahawks the week after that. Those 3 games, I say they should win at least 2 of them. So by the time that they play the Niners in 3 weeks, they would be what? 4-2.
4-2, yeah.
Yeah, 4-2. It's very possible. They have to. They do have to do a little bit more better. They have to do better on offense, specifically
Yeah, for sure.
Burrow. But
and again, that
I'm
could be
not mad if
just
they have
because
any
he's
top 10.
injured.
I mean, but they like still they have to get the run game involved with Mixon somehow. But you can't let Joe Burrow drop back and throw 40, 50 times a game.
Yeah, he threw 49
He had
times.
30 at halftime.
50.
Like it was
31 at halftime. Yep. So if you're Zach Taylor, and with this Bengals offense, you can't be risking Joe Burrow to get potentially even a more serious injury. You have to rely on that running game. You have to rely on that Bengals on that O line somehow. You have to do that some way.
Look, I mean, yeah, he might be better by next week, but that Titans pass rush is legit. It's a very good unit. That front 4 is legit. They don't want to have him running around. I don't know why they didn't sit him this week. I think they could have beaten the Rams without him. I don't know why they didn't sit him.
I mean, their backup right now is Jake Browning. So
Who?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched any tape of him, but
I'm not familiar with your game, young man.
I'm not. I mean, I do know he went to Washington, but
Damn his ass.
No, Huskies are nice. Shout out Zach Kenny.
Shout out that lefty dude, Penix. Shout out, bro.
Michael Penix. Yeah,
Shout
Michael
out,
Penix.
bro.
Yeah, he cold. He is cold.
Nice.
Future Broncos quarterback. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah.
Danny, who's your number 8?
My number 8 was the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are my number 8, and I wanted to throw them higher, but it was just one game that Deshaun Watson looked, and I'll say he looked very well. The communist media will only show you that one play, the one boneheaded play, but I think that he looked really good on Sunday.
So good that you had to DM me his Insta pic.
What was it?
You had to DM me his Insta pic about the win.
I always do, bro. But if you don't even look at like the stat sheet, I think he was like 27 for like 34, 33 or something with like nearly 302 tuds. If you just look at the quality of the footballs that he was throwing, it was really good. Sideline, middle.
Much better than his previous weeks.
Much better than Monday night where I was pissed off watching that game, but he looked really well, but he's not even the star of the show. It's the Cleveland Browns defense, which I haven't really been able to say so much about. One thing I want to throw out there: Joe Woods on Sunday blew a 17-point lead. His defense, the New Orleans Saints, blew a 17-point lead to the Green Bay Packers. Jim Schwartz's defense held the Tennessee Titans, who not a good offense, held the Tennessee Titans to 94 yards. An NFL team was held to 94 yards. Another quick stat about the Browns defense. Since 1970, they are third best in yards allowed through the first 3 games. They've only allowed 491 yards. It's third best since 1970.
ESPN stat.
Do you know who the other two
It's a
teams are?
CBS stat, Owen. Okay, CBS stat. Like they are insane. It doesn't like feel like it, but I know it's only 3 weeks, but they're on an all-time pace. We'll see how far they go, but this is a very, very good defense.
No, I'd
Jim
agree.
Schwartz, Coach of the Year.
As a DC.
For real, it should happen, bro.
I mean, going from Joe Woods to Jim Schwartz, hell of an upgrade, man. I think there was someone on this podcast, right, that said the Saints with Joe Woods employed on that team. He said that Saints team was going to get like 10 plus wins this year. I don't know who it was.
They were expecting health. Not Jameis Winston though.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, do you think going from Derek Carr to James Winston's that big of a drop off?
When the Saints come marching in.
That's a big drop off.
Saints come marching in.
No.
Speaking about the Browns defense,
they got that great team.
They're exceeding, we all had high expectations for the Browns defense, and I think they're exceeding all of them. That's the thing. We were all excited to see the pass rush with the newly constructed D-line, Myles Garrett finally getting some help, and they've been in the offense's backfield for all 3 weeks. So I think Danny hit it on the head. That defense is special right now.
I think we'll get a better look, and if the defense can look the same or even better against Baltimore next week, and then coming out of the bye against the Niners, if they look good, there's gonna have to be some uncomfortable discussions about the Cleveland Browns, man. And also Watson, of course, has to look good. The creep has to be he has to play how he looked last week. He has to do the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Owen, who's your number 8 team?
I said the Cleveland Browns as well.
Okay. Danny, I'm a little higher on you guys than everybody.
Damn, really?
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna have Cleveland at number 8.
No, I have a different team in the division.
The best team in the division is crazy.
No, I said a different team.
Oh.
No, I could just say everything that Danny said. I mean, that's his team. He knows the most about them, and I would say the same stuff.
Yeah. Dibo, yeah, that's fair. Dibo, who's your 8?
My number 8 team are the Detroit Lions.
Solid.
Yeah, solid win against the Falcons this past Sunday. Sam Laporta, quick shout out to him. He's looking like an absolute stud. And alongside the rest of the rookies, Jahmyr Gibbs, even though he hasn't been taking off as most people have been hoping for, but I think it'll come along as the season progresses. Brian Branch, one of my favorites out of this draft class. What a stud he is. Oh, my God. Great player. Jack Campbell, too, leading that linebacking core middle of the defense. He's been very solid as well, contributing early as a rookie. And so you add those young guys alongside an already, I wouldn't say stacked, but an already very talented Lions side offense with St. Brown and Jared Goff playing the level of quarterback he is right now, which is borderline top 10 QB right now. And they have an identity. They know what they want to do. They have the coach who is a leader of men, who is going to, lead this team to be above expectations week after week. And with that being said, I'm still very high on this Lions team. And that's the Seahawks game. A little bit of cracks here and there, especially defensively on that side of the ball, but I still have them being a dark horse to make a deep run this year and winning the NFC North. So
Absolutely,
Good
absolutely.
change of pace for Detroit fans.
I think
they
that
needed it.
They
that
deserve
there's
it.
a
They
very
deserve
good
it. Hey,
chance that they could win.
hey, NBA coming back soon, man. The Pistons, they
The
gonna be in
Pistons
that
are going to
much
be on the come
more.
up too.
So hey, salute to Detroit fans because they've been suffering for years.
Too bad the Tigers suck.
And the Red Wings, if anybody cares about NHL, which is like
Hockey.
five
No, it's
people.
not.
But hey, man,
Fuck the Red Wings.
I'm sorry.
As an Avalanche fan, sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. I know they have a. I didn't know they had a rivalry.
It's like one of the biggest
They
rivalries
did have a
in
rivalry.
the NHL.
It's dead now
Do I
though.
watch hockey? No. I mean, hockey's
That's
a
fine. That's fine.
hockey's a fun sport to watch. I mean, I like the Stanley Cup this year. And when the Avalanche won it, but like I don't know about I don't know anything about hockey. I'm good.
That's
Hockey's
all
more
right. That's all right.
Hockey's more entertaining than baseball to watch.
Wayne Gretzky, yeah. Type, yeah. Yeah.
Undisputed GOAT. Only sport
Sure.
where there's an
Yeah,
undisputed
sure.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Nah, McKinnon the goat. No,
Okay, buddy.
He's
nice.
though. Ovechkin though.
Capitals legend. I know him. My guy.
Scoring leader of all time, or no? Or is it still Gretzky?
No, it's still Gretzky.
It's Gretzky
By
by a large
a pretty good, by a pretty good amount.
No one's beating that ever. No.
All right, let's talk about a real sport again.
Ovechkin's still off. Like
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah,
80
yeah.
off.
Yeah. Let's talk about America's sport, please.
Yeah,
Not
bet. I
cannabis
can't
sport.
wait for that NBA talk.
Fuck no.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
be here no matter what.
Don't worry, it'll be number one sport in America soon.
Oh,
That
100%.
is the recap. But
The vision is there. But back on topic. My number 8 is the Baltimore Ravens.
Really?
The Baltimore Ravens, they have a 2-1 record, obviously, winning most of their games this season, but they haven't looked that impressive to me in those games. I think week 1 against the Texans, you were kind of expecting like this dominant blowout, and it really wasn't that. The Ravens kind of struggled to move the ball the entire game. The Bengals didn't look great that game, and it kind of just looked like the Ravens were the better of the two bad teams, and then this week, obviously, they lost to the Colts and Gardner Minshew. I just don't think that offense is clicking the way you wanted. I think Zay Flowers has been that exciting piece that you drafted in the first round. I think Mark Andrews has been nice, but outside of that and Lamar scrambling, it's like OBJ hasn't lived up to what we potentially thought. The injuries with the running back position, as it happens every single year in Baltimore, every single year. But they did have to make the top 10. They did have to be in that 8 spot because the defense is still legit and they still have a very exciting team.
They do. And Lamar is still that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
my
man, bro.
7.
But they were saying T-Law better
7.
than Lamar, man. That I'd never believed that. Never believed that. But go on, Danny.
Whatever.
Go for it, Denny.
My 7 was the Baltimore Ravens. They barely edged the Cleveland Browns. So yeah, they really just edged them right there. I mean, they just edged them out. Oh, it's my fault. But the Ravens slightly edged out the Browns because of quarterback. That's really it. If we can, because I think the Browns are the better defense and the better skill players. But if the Browns quarterback can start outplaying the Ravens quarterback, which we'll see on Sunday, then the Browns will leapfrog them in my rankings. But for now, I'll throw the Ravens. I'm comfortable, even though they had a pretty bad loss against the Colts on Sunday.
Fair. Dibo, let's move on to you. Who is your 7?
I'm going with the Ravens as well. Like Danny said, very tough loss to the Colts at home. They were 7.5-point favorites as well, losing to a backup QB in Gardner Minshew. But I still have a lot of hopes for this Ravens team with Lamar at full strength. their weapons as well. Zay Flowers, absolute stud, man. Um, Defensively, Roquan Smith and I'm blanking on his first name, but Patrick Queen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys like that leading that defensive unit. I think they'll be solid on that side of the ball this year. And you know, with the Harbaugh led team, John Harbaugh led team, these type of losses they're gonna happen like every single year. It's a given. At least two of these are gonna happen, but
Yeah.
at the same time, there's too much talent on this Ravens team to not at least be at worst the top 4 or 5 team in the AFC.
Yeah. Yeah. Owen, who's your 7?
I've got another misleading record team, another team below 500, and that is the Los Angeles now, not the San Diego anymore. Los Angeles Chargers.
Mm,
Yeah, you might not like
explain.
that. Here's the thing: they took
Nah,
they
man,
took
he got
2
that metal
losses to
spoon
start
and
the
the
season.
lighter, bro. That's
Oh,
weird.
nah.
Yo,
We know Justin Herbert's that guy. Matt, I'm gonna agree with you. He's the top 3 quarterbacks in the league.
I can't. I
100%.
can't. I
Hold
can't.
on. Let him explain.
Yo,
Let's hear it, bro.
I'm
Let's hear
sorry,
it, bro.
Owen.
Let's hear it.
I'm sorry, Owen. I was looking at Danny, right? Bro,
No, what was he doing? Because I didn't. I
nah,
wasn't looking at
nah,
Just
but
very
don't worry
confused.
about that. Keep talking, Owen. Keep
Just
talking.
very
him.
confused.
No, they got a good running back in Austin Eckler. The defenses looked interesting, to say the least. I'm not. I'll shut up. That's
I'm
fine.
sorry. No, keep going.
Nah.
No. No. Stop. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's cool. It's cool.
Sorry.
I keep looking at Dibo and it makes me laugh.
I'm
Nah,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah,
I'm
Dibo,
sorry.
who's your number 7?
No, bro. Keep going, Owen. No,
It's cool,
finish
bro.
it.
It's
Finish it.
cool.
I'm sorry.
All right, just go.
Oh.
I already said all I need to say because if I continue, there's
No, bro,
point.
keep going. Damn.
Bro, it's
Keep
cool,
going.
bro.
I'll stop talking. Okay.
I understand the Chargers argument because one side of the ball has looked phenomenal. I'll put it like that. The offense has looked good with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore look like they're a good fit with one another, and they're putting up like a crazy amount of points and yards each game. So I think that they definitely have a top 5 offense or like a top 5, top 8 offense. But the defensive side
The
of the ball
defense
is
has
why
been
they
dog
couldn't
shit.
be in the top 10 for me.
J.C. Jackson, ni hao.
No, the
He's gonna be
defense
in
has been
prison.
dog
He's
shit.
gonna be in prison soon, bro. Did y'all hear about that? He violated his probation. He's
Nah.
gonna be in jail.
Probation for what though?
A speeding ticket like a few years ago. He was criminally
Oh.
speeding or something like that.
God damn.
Got put on probation for that shit.
God
Better
But
watch out.
I'll go on. My number 7 was the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
After
Yeah.
1 week?
Yes. And here's why. It's what you said about the injuries. Although it's not their fault, I think that considering what we know about ACL and stuff, I think that we have to consider Trayvon Diggs at least out for majority of the year, if not all of the year.
He's out for the whole
Now
year.
he's done for the year, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I've got
Can't
to
recover from an
I didn't want
ACL
to be
in
the one
5
to
months.
What the fuck?
But to your credit, like we had all these questions about Dak and the new offensive scheme and how it was going to work, considering Kellen Moore was one of the better offensive minds. And like you mentioned, for him not to really have had to do anything the first 2 weeks. Obviously, the defense carried against the Jets and the Giants, but but the injuries, Dak not being able to do it when it matters in an actual game, I think
Pause.
has to warrant them at least being 7 as of right now.
No, that's not fair. That is not fair. At least in my eyes, Matthew. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. Except
No.
I was
We're
gonna say
not doing
something
this.
insane. I'll leave that.
I'm glad you remembered.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm super glad.
I was gonna say something insane.
That was a pain in the ass. I hope you know that.
Yeah, but shout out Chris Jones. What he said. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a butthole. They all stink, but everybody has one. And my opinion isn't right either.
What?
All right, move on. Who's your number
Hey,
6?
we gotta move on. Oh, it's your turn.
Who? Oh, it's my
You,
turn?
I said Danny.
My fault, OG. My fault, OG. My number 6 is the Buffalo Bills with a dominating win, 2 straight weeks over some of the worst teams in the NFL, yes, but Josh Allen looked very good.
Hold on. What's the argument for Cowboys over Bills? Considering the argument for the Cowboys, like what's the argument for? You know what I'm saying?
I have the Bills I have the Cowboys over the Bills.
Yeah. What's the argument there though?
Better defense.
But worse offense so far. You could better defense, yeah, I'll give it to you. But worse
Better
coaching, I'd argue.
defense. The ability to
At
get
least
to
on
the
one side of the
quarterback
ball.
is huge.
The fact it's the Cowboys, like
Yeah.
I mean, it is the Cowboys, yeah, but
Yeah.
Cowboys is the Cowboys. But I throw the Bills at 6. My MVP, Josh Allen. He's gonna make me look so smart at the end of the year.
He's not.
He will. He will. Me and Josh locked in like this, bro. He's gonna make me look. He's gonna
keep
make
you
me
on the
look.
Cowboys.
That's twinning them.
Twinning them. Me and Josh is twinning them. But I do think that they looked really good. Their lack of another wide receiver. I don't care how many deep threat fluky touchdowns Gabe Davis gets. He's not the real wide receiver too. He's not the answer, but they have enough. And their defense is good. Maybe Von Miller can come back and look whatever,
Okay. Yeah.
can be like, any form of Von Miller is really good. But I do think that the Bills are getting a little underrated, though, by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
The week 1 loss has a lot of people set off.
Yes, especially because it was prime time. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost to Zach Wilson too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
tough
tough
one,
look.
bro.
It's a tough look.
Zach Wilson outplayed Josh Allen in the football game. That's
That
He
is
does
a
it
true
every
statement.
year, bro. He does it every year.
yeah.
He does it every year.
That's part of the Josh Allen experience. We move on from that.
We all love it.
Yeah.
Dibo, who's your 6?
My 6, the Philadelphia Eagles on my 6th.
Wow. Okay.
Hey man. One
Nigga,
positive about this Eagles,
wins.
huh?
They got 3 wins.
Yeah, they're undefeated.
You gotta add that with context, man. Like one positive I have with this Eagles team is obviously the run game. We know they're off their O line stacked as it already is. DeAndre Swift looking great. With this Eagles offense, over 300 yards these past 2 games. I have here. Again, last night he was great against the Bucks. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they're both still there, but I don't know, man. There's still plenty of questions to have for this team. One, the offensive play calling with their new OC. I think Brian Johnson, if I'm correct with his name. There are a lot of questionable calls that I've seen this man do off the start of the season so far. Again, another weak spot. Their secondary still banged up like crazy. They need key guys to come back, man. Josh Jobe, uh, giving him guys like him key snaps, not gonna cut it all. And lastly, Hurts. Obviously, his play. He didn't have a poor game last night, but still, there are a lot of mistakes, missed throws he had throughout. That one pick that really hurt. Fortunately, with the Bucks, them playing Baker Mayfield on prime time, they weren't affected too bad. No points were scored on that drive. I think they got the ball back with Jalen Carter, his fumble, him punching the ball out of Rashad White's his hands. Which, by the way, Jalen Carter, absolute stud. He's been he's a candidate to win Defensive Rookie of the Year so far this season.
Defensive Player of the Year. It's my guy.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Nah.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying anything. I love
That's
Jalen
crazy.
Carter. I love Jalen
Yeah.
Carter.
I love him too, but still, I think just those few kinks throughout their roster, those few negatives, I think they'll be patched up later on as season progresses. You know, when the players are getting more healthy, get more in tune with, you know, the offense and defense, those sides of the ball. But as of now, I just don't see them being a top 5 team in the league.
No, that's fair. They're 3-0, but I can agree that they haven't looked the same as they did last year for sure. Owen, who's your 6?
My number 6 was the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
I mean, the defense is there. Debatably the best defense in the league right now.
Yeah, up there for sure.
So you got that. I just can't have any trust in Dak to put them over the teams I have 1 through 5.
No, that's fair. That's fair. For me, I was between my 7 and 6. I said my 7 was the Cowboys, but my 6 were actually the Cleveland Browns. To me, Deshaun Watson has answered more question marks than Dak Prescott has this season. Week 1, he looked ugly, but that was kind of like shitty conditions, first game of the season, rust. Week 2, it was kind of like a divisional game, ugly divisional game. You're good for a couple of those each year. And then without Nick Chubb, he looked phenomenal in week 3. I think that you talk about the defenses between the Cowboys and the Browns. I think right now you might be able to make an argument that the Cleveland Browns have a better defense. The offensive line, I think, they both have good offensive lines. They both have great weapons, so they're very similar. But I think that they win in coaching, and I think that they just win with less question marks.
That's fair. I want to say about the Browns. You know how like the Browns always beat the Bengals, especially in Cleveland. Like,
Week 1,
the Bengals
yeah.
always look horrible.
In Cleveland, yeah.
They always look horrible. The Bengals in Cleveland. It's been the same thing for the Browns for like the last 20 years in Pittsburgh. Some weird shit always happens in Pittsburgh. They always look horrible, especially the offense. But
this year's week 1 against the Bengals was not the same as previous ones. This was like domination, I felt like.
It was pure domination.
Yeah.
Weather conditions and everything. People want to say weather. The Browns were able to move the ball and score 27 points in the weather.
Joe Burrow had
Deshaun
less 100 yards
Watson
passing.
moved the ball more. He moved the ball more than Joe Burrow that whole game.
Hey, but that communist media, Dibo. That's that thing, man. They won't.
Bro, hey, chill out.
Danny, who's your number 5?
So yeah.
Photo G. My number 5 is the Kansas City Chiefs. They've bounced back quite well after the week 1 loss. The defense is there. It's a lot better than it has been in recent years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that just looking
last
at
week.
the names. They're really good. The Chiefs, they're like, the defense is really good. The offense, it's still Mahomes and Kelsey hero ball, but it's worked for this long. Why can't it work or continue to work? So I have them at 5 for the fact that they need another guy outside of Travis Kelsey. He can't just keep on finding blank spaces.
Don't.
He can't keep finding blank
Bro, please don't. Bro,
in the defense.
We've heard those puns too many times before, bro. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, bro. I don't want to.
Mahomes found like 11 different receivers though, or something like that.
Yeah, but their best play is when they get a 22-yard gain.
Oh my God, bro!
22-yard gain to Travis Kelsey. Normally their best play.
Chill out.
My apologies, OG.
My God.
No, yeah. I had their defense as a winner for me last week. So
yeah,
defense has been balling.
It's legit.
Defense has been balling. Dibo, who's your 5?
Them Cowboys.
Boys.
I initially, before the Cardinals game, I had them as one of my top 3 teams, but with Arizona beating the shit out of them, obviously had to drop him down a little bit. You know, the loss of Diggs obviously affects him a lot. Stephon Gilmore, nah, he's
He
not
was
been
top 10
it.
before the year.
He's not been it. I'm saying, but like he's not been it so far to start the year off. I said before, their red zone offense has been really poor, which shouldn't be poor with the amount of weapons they have. Dak, he ain't have that bad of a game, but still, to throw a red zone pick like that late in the game, as a QB of his caliber, you can't be making those type of decisions. They still have a ton of talent. Michael Parsons, CD, Tony Pollard, those guys, they still have them. They're still going to be one of the elite teams in the NFC, in the entire league. So I'm not worried about Dallas.
No, yeah, Dallas is always a lock to be a playoff team, high seed. And who's your 5?
My number 5 was the Bills.
My number 5 was the Bills as well.
That's class right there.
Good list, good list. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I got the Bills at number 5 because Josh Allen is a nice quarterback. And I talk about quarterbacks a lot, but Josh Allen, Wyoming, close to home. I've followed him probably closer than any other quarterback, even Broncos once. And
I'd be forgetting Wyoming's a
so
state.
yeah, that's true. But no, get out there. As long as Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are out there, it's light work. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, they're definitely up there as one of the better QB RB duels. Obviously, one of the better coach teams in the league, one of the better cultures in the league.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen has bounced back since that week 1. They put up 40 points against the Vegas Raiders, and then high 30s, I think 39 against the Commanders. Although they had a couple of, I think they had 1 or 2 defensive
37, actually.
touchdowns.
37, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the offense has responded in a good way, and they finally have a rushing attack too with James Cook.
Yep.
So yep, they're my 5. Danny, who's your 4?
4 was the Eagles.
My 4 was the
Blackbirds
Eagles as
fly.
well.
My 4 was also the Eagles.
Damn, just all ball knowers, I guess. They're good, but they're not the Eagles from last year. I think Matt pointed that out. It just feels like something's missing, but I do think eventually, they had to get a whole new DC, and the DC that they have, Sean Desai from Seattle, he's hooping, he's balling. That defense looks great. I'm not worried about them. It's the offense that I think needs to click, and once it does click, it'll be good. And I don't think a lot of people saw it. They tried to run a fake tush push in that game. It's gonna be real dangerous.
Yeah.
Really?
Hurts
It's
tripped,
gonna be real dangerous.
Hurts tripped. The progressions were there. Hurts just tripped at the end, and they got a loss.
If they can add a fake tush push to their bag with the real tush push, it's gonna get real scary, fellas.
Hold on. Quick question for y'all. Do y'all think the tush push should be banned?
Yes.
Yes, after this year, yeah.
It's pretty fucking a free way to get a yard.
It's gonna get banned. It's number 1, it's not fair. Number 2, it's not safe. That
That's
play
true.
is so unsafe, bro. For like, not just the O line and D line, because clearly the NFL never gives a fuck about the O line or the D line.
No,
Bro,
no.
Putting
Never.
your quarterback in that type of situation is an insane thing to do by Nick Sirianni. I'm not gonna lie. That is
but
insane.
it also is super effective because Jalen Hurts is ridiculously strong.
92% of the time.
Stupid strong.
92%.
That dude squats like 550 pounds. Like he's got so much drive to get through the line.
And add the fact that you have 2 of the best interior linemen in the entire league already with Jason Kelsey and Landon Dickerson too. So that's already a big advantage as it is. And you have the fact that you have A.J. Brown pushing as well, which he's a very big receiver.
Brown and Goddard and
Goddard,
Swift.
yeah. 3
Even
big guys.
Swift, he just be out there pretending to help. He like what? Swift like $150.
Swift got to prove it one more week before he can get inserted.
Swift's kind of small, but both Brown and Goddard, those are 2 big men to push Hurts as well. But
hey, shout out the Eagles, the true Kelsey Swift duo.
That's right.
Can we stop, bro? I'm so tired.
Dibo, who's your 4? We know all of our 4s. Who's yours?
Bro, I'm so tired of Kelsey and Swift. Like though, like every day, every hour you
It's
see a
overplayed.
post. You see a post on social media every single hour about their relationship. Like, bro, I don't really care, man. And this is no disrespect to Kelsey. That's my guy. Nor Taylor Swift. Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
no bad blood.
Jesus, bro, please stop.
That was a
Stop.
good one, Danny.
Stop. Like, no
Goddamn.
disrespect to Taylor Swift, right? One of the best artists of our generation, mad hits. But at the same time, like I really don't need to be hearing every single part about their relationship, every single thing. So please stop. Please, like NFL media, please stop, bro. I'm done.
100%. It's overplayed. It's overplayed.
I swear. But
But who's your 4?
moving on to my number 4 team in the league, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. These past 2 weeks, obviously, great get-right games against the Raiders and Commanders. As always, as an elite team, you always, it's always a great sign to beat down on those weaker opponents. So with Josh Allen, Diggs, like you said, Matt, their new run game with James Cook being more involved with the offense. Defense still has been stable enough as well. All those elements coming together, they've been very good so far, other than the Jets game. So, what more can you say?
No, I think the Buffalo Bills finally realized like they have to establish a running game and actually build this running game if they ever want to compete. I think the last couple years we've seen them kind of take our aggression from the AFC Championship game to last year losing the AFC divisional game, and it felt like they were kind of on a backward spiraling path. But they kind of established this running game, I think, in hopes that in the postseason, when you have to run the ball, they'll finally be able to run the ball. And they've been patient with the running game, and it's been paying off so far.
There you go. Well said.
So then, Owen, start us with your 3.
My number 3, I've got the Kansas City Chiefs.
As do I.
That's class, lad.
I think there's a consensus top 2.
Same here.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, no, the Chiefs. As long as 15's out there, I mean, what can you say? And I'm talking about Nikola Jokic, by the way.
No one cares.
Anyway, basketball's on in a month. Going to the opener.
Football
going
on.
to the opener. But
my computer died, but I'm just gonna go ahead and shake it off.
Right, he totally left just to do that.
100%.
No,
my time that right as I was talking about the Chiefs.
Jesus.
My computer really died. I swear to God.
Please.
But no,
Travis,
back to the Chiefs.
bro, please, Travis. I don't want to hear this.
You should want the Swifties on your side for the podcast.
That's true.
I'm not disrespecting the Swifties at all. No, I'm disrespecting them. I'm not disrespecting the Swifties. I'm just talking about the media just pushing every single thing about that relationship. Every hour, no disrespect to Swift or her fan base, but at the same time, it's not that important.
Bro, you got to care about America's next power couple.
Move over, Barack and Michelle. We got Travis and Taylor.
Bo, you were telling us why you had the Kansas City Chiefs at 3.
Yeah, so obviously the combo of Mahomes to Kelsey, it's just free. It's free money. Kelsey runs, and it's like he's wide open every time. It's crazy. And then he'll catch the ball and run for another 10, 20 yards because no one can get him down. But then also their run game with Pacheco's looked really nice too. And then I can allude to you talking about last week with their defense that's looked way better than I think any of us were expecting. And that doubled in the fact that they're trying to go back to back. It's a Super Bowl team. I mean, you can never count them out.
Yeah. Danny kind of mentioned that he had the Chiefs a little bit lower because of their receiving weapons. But to me, I think that the rushing attack has taken a lot of pressure off of those receiving weapons. So now you have options like the play action available to you. I think that this is probably the best rushing attack of Patrick Mahomes' career.
Oh yeah,
Chief. With Pacheco and probably the best O-line he's had assembled. Obviously Creed Humphrey leading the way with Joe Tooney. Get Jawan Taylor to line up correctly, please?
No,
Get
bro.
Juwan Taylor off the damn
That's
field.
the untrained. That's the untrained eye. Andy Reid, they exposed that. They exposed that.
No, he still got called for it like twice.
Bro, at the same no. But like, here's what they did. Here's what they did. So they pulled Juwan Taylor out right in the middle of the game, and they put in our backup right tackle.
Yeah, and they moved him to the right guard.
Yeah, and so with the right tackle, the backup right tackle playing in those snaps, they didn't call a flag not a single time. Not a single time. So the NFL refs, they're making an example out of Juwan Taylor right now, which is unfortunate because he's a very solid guard.
Yeah, but
A
he
very
was
solid
lining up
tackle.
illegally. Although the touchdown that they called back,
Oh,
he was actually
Dude,
correctly
bro,
lined up.
there are so many offensive linemen that do that.
Oh,
Offensive
100%.
tackles like Lane Johnson, he gets away with that all the time. Orlando Brown got away with it too. Like, bro,
David
it's a
Bakhtiari
common
too,
thing.
low key.
You said what?
David Bakhtiari too, low key.
Exactly. Like, it's a common thing, but hey, because Chris Collinsworth, he said that, oh yeah, that man is looking like like a tight end. Whatever. Like,
Primetime TV too. First game of the season.
like the whole league and the refs are just cracking down on this one player, even though they should be doing it for the rest of the offensive linemen.
Yeah. But Danny, we all had the Chiefs at 3. Who is your number 3?
My number 3 is the Dallas Cowboys. I still have them over the Chiefs because they have the much better defense, and the defense can take them far, although they don't have Diggs anymore. I do think that they will be able to find a way to – I mean, because Diggs got hurt on what, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
They played on Sunday, so you
No,
can't
– Thursday, you're right.
So you can't expect them to, all be comfortable in their new roles, but I think Gilmore had a good year last year, and I think that he can continue to be one of the better number one corners in the league, and they'll be able to figure it out. Dan Quinn is one of, if not the best defensive coordinator in the game, so he'll be able to figure out and get it done without this unit, without Diggs on this unit. And the offense is serviceable and tolerable enough.
Can I make the argument for Chiefs over Cowboys? Or do you already know it? I assume you already know it.
Yeah, I think I already know it, but I'm not opposed to it. No, I think I almost put the Chiefs over the Cowboys in my rankings, but I ended up putting the Cowboys over them. It's can go either way, really.
Yeah, that's fair. Danny, start us off with number 2 then.
My number 2 is the Miami Dolphins.
Is that unanimous?
I think that should be unanimous.
I have my Miami too as well.
I think
I've got Miami too.
The Dolphins, that offense is so special. Can we get the clip, please? Can we please get the clip in the reel when you guys called me crazy for saying this Dolphins team can win this AFC? Matt and Dibo called me crazy. You tried to say
I never say that. The fuck?
I told you that they could win the AFC.
It was Matt and Dibo. You guys tried to say that. I said that the Dolphins can go out and win the AFC. I said that they will go and win the AFC. And you guys said no, that it won't happen. It was around the same time when it was around the time when they hired Fangio. It was around that time. The like early off season.
Is that before audio? I think that was before audio, so we won't have it anymore.
No.
I think that was before video.
No, it's still like there's still a video. It was the winners. No, it was the off-season recap, free agency recap.
Yeah, and I said it. I said that they're gonna win the AFC. This Dolphins team, this Dolphins offense, it's special, man. I almost said something that would have gotten us canceled, but I really like this offense. I think that it's one of the best that we'll see in a very long time. It'll operate at an elite level as long as Tua's out there, even if it's not. Their backups went ahead and they hung 20 more points on the Broncos first teamers.
Yeah.
Hey, Robbie Chosen, he had a
Chosen bakes Sertan ass. Sauce way better. Sauce been better.
No.
Oh God!
I'm not counting that game, bro. Come on.
What?
Man,
the Broncos didn't care that late in the game.
They were all on the field.
That doesn't mean they care.
Yeah, that does not mean that they care.
You have to at least
Sauce would never give up on his team like that. Then.
Oh bullshit!
Zach Wilson is his quarterback.
Bro, he
And he's
already
still
gave up on
trying.
Zach Wilson. What do you mean? He was literally wearing the cheese head. He's wearing the cheese head and like
That
posting
was in the
about Aaron
off
Rodgers before
season.
he was
That
they
was in
even
the off
trading for him.
season. He'd never give up on his team during a game.
No.
I don't know, bro. If you really think though that no NFL players, same with no basketball players, like if there's a basketball player, who's a perfect example of this? I'm trying
LeBron's
to
given
think
up on his team
off the
thousands
list.
of
James
times.
Harden.
No, well, James Harden, or like a guy like I mentioned Zach Levine earlier when we were talking about Caleb Williams. Like, if you think that they're getting up every day, knowing like, oh, we play the 2018 Warriors, I'm gonna give it my best, and then midway through the second quarter, you think they're still giving their best?
Nah, Matt, talk about your GOAT. LeBron gave up on his team multiple times.
LeBron gave up on his team multiple times, bro. Everybody's
Word.
gonna do it. You think a dude who's down 50, who's been losing for 7 straight years, isn't gonna do it?
Yeah, stop playing. No, did you?
just
I
saying.
will want to say, with that Miami offense, did you see when they were on the TV? They were like talking about how like 3 or 4 of the people, like the receivers and running backs, were all track runners.
Yeah, Braxton Berrios, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Hill,
Anderson.
Waddle.
yeah,
A-Chain.
dude, they're so much faster.
scared.
It's actually a huge advantage.
Yeah, because
Speak
they
up.
run like hella motion too.
You
They're-
can't teach
bro,
fast.
You
bro,
can't teach
and
fast.
with McDaniel's scheme, like they love these motion plays, especially with Tyreek. This just caused like mass confusion or like with the whole entire defense. And obviously on Sunday we saw a whole lot of that. Like how you Tyreek killed that wide open in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Matt, they weren't your number 2.
You
Who
can
was your
assume that
2?
they were my number 1, and then the 49ers were my number 2. And these
Just been
two
hating
teams are
on
really
Brock
close to
Purdy
me,
so much. It's crazy.
but as of right now,
nah.
because this is what this is, week 3 power rankings. I think although the defense might not be looking as good as the 49ers offense or as the 49ers defense, I think the offense just has looked unstoppable. I think that Tua is much less of a question mark than Brock Purdy. I know that there's some Brock Purdy fans in this call, but I'd argue
Yeah.
Tua is better, and he's doing this without a healthy O line. Mike McDaniel's, I don't want to say he's better than Shanahan because Shanahan's up there, but they might be as good as one another.
Hey, man, you can
And I
also
think the defense is going to continue to get better throughout the year. And then the main reason why I put them over the 49ers too is just because at some point there just has to be an injury. It's just the 49ers way. And
Damn,
like I
what
hate
type
to
of
say
asshole
that.
are you,
foul.
bro?
I hate to say
Look
it,
at
but
Bart
like
Scott ass over here, bro. What the fuck?
what?
but if it was true or if that wasn't true, I think that they would have a Super Bowl by now.
I mean, bro, you don't say that.
No.
No, there's definitely been times you've said that though, Danny, on this pod too.
Maybe I've said it about certain players and the inability. I've said the Lakers have an issue with staying healthy, like Anthony Davis or something, but I've never said it's gonna happen.
Oh well, I don't think it's gonna happen. That's
That's
they
what
have
you
Bro,
said.
injury-prone-
legit
they have
Yeah,
says
injury-prone
that,
it's
man,
players.
it's
Is
who
what
gonna
I was trying to
happen.
say.
you.
They have injury-prone players in an injury-prone like historical team. Historically speaking, they've been an injury-prone team. I'm just saying,
Niner
based
gang
off
gonna get
history
you.
alone,
Niner
there
gang
has
gonna
to be
get you,
some
way.
credibility to it. It
Yeah,
might be the
Niner
shitty.
gang.
It might be the shitty thing to say, but it's also like a shitty truth. It's not always like truth hurts like Lizzo, as Dibo would know.
Wow.
That's just the
Wow.
argument, though. That's
Man,
just the
Wow.
argument.
That's crazy. That I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah, hey, man.
That one was good, Matt.
Whatever.
But y'all
Alright.
have 49ers at 1?
Oh,
I
100%.
actually no. The 49ers did not make my list. My number 1 is
The
the Chicago
94.
Bears.
Oh.
I think that
Do you
the
have
Bears.
that flipped upside down or what?
Nope. Number 1, Chicago Bears. They look. I know that they haven't had like the start to the season that everyone's been expecting or that everybody's been wanting them to have. But they are elite at every level. They have an MVP caliber quarterback. I mean, they're gonna win against the Broncos on Sunday, and don't be surprised if they rip off like 5 or 6 more guys. I'm trying to tell you.
Let
Yeah,
them
What
cook.
yeah,
happens if they lose
yeah.
this
Your
Sunday?
Honor, Your Honor. This man right here is clearly lying.
Yeah, Niners won. Niners at 1, of course.
100%. Aside from
No.
yesterday, the Niners have looked more dominant.
Yeah, they yesterday. I mean,
That's not yesterday. 2 days ago. Sorry, my fault.
yeah, the Dolphins beat up on that. I think I was telling Dibo about this. I think that they should relegate the Broncos to the Pac-12 and move Boulder up to the NFL. I think
Nah,
that.
Boulder not good enough.
Nah,
Huh?
hey man, I take Bold over the Broncos right now.
Hey, Nick, Coach
Bro,
Prime.
y'all
Broncos-
actually crazy, bro.
I put
Bro,
money
You
on
could
there's
put,
no
you
college
could
team
put
that's better
Boulder
than an
against the
NFL team.
Chicago Bears, and they would get
bro,
whooped
hey,
100 to nothing.
Boulder
know,
beating
actually.
Chicago too. Hey,
I think
No.
Boulder give Prime a week or 2 to prepare them boys, and Travis Hunter get healthy. We might have a discussion.
They're
on
only
him.
losing 70-0.
Only.
Yeah,
It don't
maybe.
matter.
Bro,
Like,
the
only.
0-17
end.
Browns or 0-16 Browns because there's still 16 games would beat the Tide when the Tide won the national championship.
oh, 100%.
That's not true. That's not
That-
true.
Yes,
That
it
is
You
is,
didn't
bro.
watch that team.
That's
You didn't
so.
watch that
That's
team.
such a bad.
No, it's just
like,
NFL players
can't-
with
Brandon
college players.
fucking
That's just how
Weeden,
it
you didn't
works.
fucking watch that shit, man. No, I'm not letting it
Bro,
slide.
that
I'm letting it
Alabama
slide.
team. The Alabama team. How many players went to the NFL off that team? Probably like what, like 8 to 10.
Like half the
No,
roster.
Yeah, like
Okay,
half the roster actually made it to the NFL.
yeah.
My
But
fault.
like,
but we're
but
talking
except
while in
the whole
college. You're
roster.
saying while in college.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not happening.
which is just
Bro, they're
ridiculous.
not.
Yeah,
They're not fully grown yet.
Man, Devonta Smith baking Joe Hayden ass. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
bro, man,
He might bake him.
but wasn't Sertan on? No, yeah, Sertan was on.
Sertan was on that
Sertan was on
defense.
there, yeah.
Matt,
Who's
bro.
your quarterback, Denny? Was it Deshaun Kaiser? No.
It was the mix of Deshaun Kaiser and Tyrod Taylor, RG3.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor definitely being that team. RG3 being in that team too. Even washed RG3.
I think Brandon Weeden just got cut that summer going into it. Yeah, it was something like that. But
Fair.
Hey, man. Shoot. Hey, quick. Since we're all done with our rankings, right? Quick rundown of all of the games for week 4. We're just gonna go through this, like pick whoever's gonna win.
Yeah.
Starting with this Thursday night game, Lions Packers. Who's gonna win that?
Packers.
Lions. Wait, is it in Green Bay?
It's in Green Bay.
I believe so. It's at Lambeau. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I'll switch to the Packers.
Nice, Danny. That's my
take the
reasoning too.
Lions money line.
Go Pack, go.
Lions. I got Detroit.
Attaboy, Dibo.
Alright.
Next one, Falcons Jaguars in London.
Jags.
Jags. Home
Falcons.
game for the Jags.
It's a home game for the Jags.
I'm picking the Jaguars as well. Bengals Titans in Tennessee.
Bengals.
You know what? I might take them Titans.
Ain't no way.
I'll take the Titans.
Ain't no way. Come
I'll take the
on.
Titans.
Revenge from losing in the playoffs a couple years ago.
I'll take the Titans.
Nah.
I will take the Bengals.
Actually, no. The Bengals did extremely well with an offense that was one-dimensional last night. This Titans offense is also very one-dimensional in the
It's
different
also
way.
not good.
It's also not good, yeah. So I'll go with the Bengals as well.
The next game, the Caleb Williams Bowl, Broncos Bears.
Broncos, but I won't put money on it.
3-3 draw.
I'm gonna
3
go
to
with
3
the
draw.
Broncos.
No.
3-3 draw.
3-3. You're saying it's gonna be a tie?
3-3 draw. That's what
Ain't
it
no
is.
way.
Nah, you got to be realistic and say that the fucking Broncos offense is better than the Bears offense. Like, no matter how
I would
shitty the
agree.
defense.
Are we gonna say that after they just got blown out by 50?
It wasn't the offensive fault. We've
They
already
put up
discussed
20
that.
points.
Bro,
Russ
they put up
had
20
300
points.
yards.
that team, bro, that offense still mid. I'm sorry.
Nah, Cortland Sutton just has to learn how to not fumble. That's what really that's when the game
Some
shifted.
sources are saying Melvin Gordon is still on the team.
Melvin Gordon's actually been
Melvin
good in
Gordon just went and
Baltimore.
put on a number
So,
14
so I
jersey.
think that's a team culture. It's a team culture thing, Owen. I don't know if it's
Surely.
a player.
It could be. That's true. It could be. It could be.
Gotta be.
I'm kidding, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the more functional organization here, and that is the Denver Broncos. So leave it at that. Next one, the Buccaneers against the Saints in New Orleans.
Buccaneers.
I'll take the Saints.
I'm gonna take the Saints as well.
I'll take the Buccaneers. Jameis Winston against his old team. They could.
Yeah.
He goes
that
for a
is
pick
fair.
or two. He go for a pick.
Yeah,
He go
they
for
don't respect. They don't respect James as a man too.
unfortunately. He'll have like what a normal 5 touchdown 2 interception game. Have an offense that leads in touchdowns and in turnovers.
Maybe. Next one, Commanders Eagles.
Eagles
Eagles at
by
home too.
100.
Yeah, I'm taking Philly in the get right game. So yeah, easily by multiple scores. Dolphins Bills. Next one.
I'm actually gonna go with the Bills.
I will too because they're home.
Yeah.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
Don't matter.
I got Dolphins.
Tell me why.
I
Tell
got
me why.
Dolphins. Well,
This is quick
man.
recap. We don't need to explain it.
True.
Yeah.
You're right.
Quick rundown. Quick rundown.
Cat Kirk run. You're true.
Rams Colts.
Colts.
Is Anthony Richardson back?
We don't know yet.
If he's back, Colts. If not, Rams. So if Gardner Minshew starts, Rams.
I'm gonna say the Rams are gonna win this one.
Nice.
Ravens Browns.
Ravens.
I said Browns.
I'm going with Cleveland actually. They're
Good looks.
gonna pull off the win at home.
I think so as well. But it would be very Ravens like to win because they don't lose 2 games in a row.
Yep.
They're
They're a mentality team. That's what it's called.
mentality can only get you so far. It only gets you so far. Steelers Texans.
Steelers, baby.
Yeah, I'll go Steelers.
Going with the upset. Texans.
I'm sick.
More explosive offense, man.
No, I'm fine.
telling you.
Kenny
I
Pickett
thought
looked
it'd
good
be
on
a good
Sunday
game.
night, though. He made me happy
Yeah,
on Sunday night.
Why?
He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good. George Pickens looked good too. George Pickens is so goofy.
Next game, Vikings Panthers.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings easily. Panthers. They're probably
They
gonna have.
trash.
They are trash, but with Andy Dalton being the more veteran QB, if he plays in place of Bryce Young, they're probably gonna have a better chance at this point. But I still got the Vikings.
Yeah. He had Adam Thielen looking insane last week.
DJ Chark had a good game too as well.
Mhm.
Salute. Raiders Chargers next.
Chargers at home too.
Chargers.
Even though it'll probably be a road game for them.
True.
Brandon Staley versus Josh McDaniels coaching battle. God help us all. That's bad.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Chargers because of Herbert, of course. But,
Don't be surprised if the Raiders pull off the upset, though.
I really could not care less. They both trash. This one, Cardinals Niners.
Niners by 180.
Divisional game, they could put up a little bit of a fight. Well, I'm still going with San Fran. Next
Many
one.
by 2.
Pats, Cowboys.
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 I got Cowboys as well. The Sunday night game, Chiefs, Jets. Chiefs 9.5 point favorites.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. No, the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs as well. Pray for Zach Wilson, Probably his last ever start as a quarterback on prime time. Tough scene, tough scene for him. And rounding out our slate of matchups, the Monday night game, Seahawks Giants.
Seahawks.
Giants is if Saquon is back. If not, Seahawks.
I don't care regardless. I'm going with Seahawks.
No,
They're actually
Seven.
1 point. New York are actually 1.5 favorites to win this game.
What?
That's
That's
because they're on a
crazy.
mini buy-in at home. They're looking on an extended buy because it's Thursday night and then Monday night.
That's true. Yeah, I'm still going with Seattle.
Yeah. Fair. I mean, yeah. I could see Seahawks winning this game easily too.
Yeah, well, there
That's
you go.
that.
Extra long episode today.
Yeah,
Not bad. We had a couple 1 hour ones earlier.
we're over 2 hours, bro. That week when we gotta make the NBA preview or NBA predictions
It's
along
gonna
with
go nuts.
that's gonna go nuts. But as well, we got to come out with the NFL recap vid too that same week. So yeah, I can't wait for that. But
Yes.
hey, it's part of the job, man. We keep grinding, keep staying in course, keep getting them results.
Yeah, we out here.
Both in. So hey, it is
We out
what it
here. You guys killing it on Instagram.
is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know it.
With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. Uh, thank y'all for the love and support too as well. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, IG, TikTok, and YouTube, all at the handle Lunchroom Debates. It would be greatly appreciated if you could drop a follow and subscribe to our platforms. We post on there daily with content from obviously with clips from our episodes and with other news highlights and other videos along the way in the sports world. So, yeah, man. Thank you.
That's
Thank
that.
you. Genesis 600 on YouTube.
Please.
That'd be dope.
All right, man. We got to go.
Yep,
Later.
dinner time. Catch you.